Hello there, guys. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm only going to do a few hours today because I need to do a few things in the afternoon. So somebody just put hey or something. Let me know. I always need to check if people can hear me. Give me a hey, baby. Yeah, say my internet's shocking. Hey, Shaz, thank you. Okay, perfect. You can hear me, yeah? Hear me loud and clear. That's the thing with these streams at the beginning. I'm always not sure if people can hear me or not. I'm here for the drama. Don, you here for the drama, mate? You like the drama? Okay, it's all a show, bro. It's all a show. Okay. Well, I've got lots to discuss. I said on my Patreon that my spirit has told me to go live today. Hey, Stephen. I was about to go to the beach and just hang out there, but I felt like I needed to go live. There's a lot of things I want to discuss. A lot of things that I want to discuss. Hey, Michael, how you doing, mate? Michael Curtis, legend who now lives in Cabo. He escaped the US to live a beautiful life in Cabo with his beautiful wife. Manu of Villarreal. Dominic, super difficult. I loved Villarreal before Solskjaer got sacked. If Solskjaer was still the coach, Villarreal were winning that game, like 99% with all the stats. Now he's gone and Carrick doesn't have any coaching record or anything like that. That's a stay away game. I said Bayern Munich would win today, but they were all big favourites. And I'm going to discuss Bayern in this live today with what went on with some of their players. It's an absolute joke. It's all ritual. Hey, Joseph. Can I talk about maps being fake? Yeah, I think maps are fake. I've said before that countries and borders, it's all been created to divide people. We all live in one world, one universe, and they've divided us with nations, with religious beliefs, with politics, with sports teams. Yeah, maps are a joke, but it's all we've ever known, so we believe in them. That's how it works, unfortunately. Still 0-0 after 60 minutes. Which game? United? I know Bayern were leading 2-0. All right. The main reason I went live today is because of this. So, got a really close friend in Los Angeles. You know, I lived in LA for 5 years, lived in the US for like 7 years. And I got invited to his house. And I was like, okay, do I really want to go through being tested and stuff like that? I was like, but it may be my last opportunity to see these people in LA. So I was like, okay, I've got some money together. I'll go there for a week from the 4th to the 11th. Just go there for a week, see my friends, hang out, get a different vibe. And I got my visa waiver, everything were all good. And then I got told I can't enter unless I have this. I can't enter. Some new rule that came in play November the 8th. So I can't even go. However, I want to focus on the positive aspect of that. I live in an incredibly beautiful place in the world. I'm very grateful to this place. I appreciate it more than ever. And if I can't ever travel again outside of the country, then I'm blessed that I'm living here. So I tried to take the positive from it. My friends, they have this, so they can always come here and visit me. So my whole thing is just try your best to take the positive out of a bad situation. I could have been angry and crying and frustrated that I can't go to LA and I may never see my friends again. That's what they want. They want to take your energy. They want you to feel like you've got no hope. Well, I live in a beautiful place surrounded by beautiful people. I love it here. And if this is the place where I can never leave, then I've picked one of the best places in the world. So I wanted to discuss that. Lewandowski scored. Yeah, of course he did. Some random man guy, really. This is crazy. So some random man guy I've never met in my life, never physically met each other. However, I feel like he's one of my best friends. He's from England. He's from Manchester. We met somehow on this journey, and he shares amazing knowledge. I share amazing knowledge with him. He was actually the guy at the beginning that when I was really going through this awakening, that I would speak to every day for hours, and we'd help each other. And I really appreciate this guy. And he cares about people. he doesn't just do it to set up Patreon and make money. Like, he cares about people. He gives a shit, and he'll give you his work and say, hey, share this work. This needs to be shared. So he doesn't have that ego, which I respect about him. I'm glad that this channel changed your view on life. Maybe not everything, but I am getting better at revealing these rituals now. So I want to focus on this Bayern Munich game just for 5 minutes, this Bayern Munich game today in the Champions League. So if you know your football, you'll know what went on with Bayern today in regards to the C virus, which I can't even say. So there's 5 Bayern Munich players who were unable to play today for Bayern Munich in the Champions League because they came into contact with somebody with the virus. And what's really ridiculous about this is Bayern Munich, their nickname's the Bavarians, because Bayern is the German word for Bavaria. And if you know anything about the Illuminati, it's the Bavarian Illuminati. It's the Bavarian Illuminati. The Illuminati was founded in Bavaria in Germany by Adam Weishaupt in 1776. And today's game that Bayern are playing in is being played on 11/2/3, November the 23rd. And again, when you learn your math and your prime numbers, 1123 is the 188th prime. And in gematria, Bavarian Illuminati gets you 188. And that's why all this is going down today. On this date, the 188th prime date. And today, again in the Champions League, today is match day 5 of 6 in the Champions League group stages. It's match day 5 of 6, which is 56. And coronavirus equals 56 in gematria, as does COVID vaccine, as does Society of Jesus. So all of this happening today on 11/2/3, 1123, the 188th prime, Bavarian Illuminati 188, and Bayern is Bavaria. And the Illuminati was founded in Bavaria. Interestingly, that's where Donald Trump's mum was born as well. So all this knowledge you just gather through hard work and dedication, you put things together. And it's crazy stuff. Lewandowski opener equals 83, the 23rd prime, scores on the 23rd. Guys, it's looking more and more likely that Brady's going 8-3 in the Super Bowls. There was loads of rituals last night in the Bucks game. It's funny how that Bucks game finished 30-10, like 31. And it was the last game of week 11, and 31 is the 11th prime. It's just an absolute joke, guys. It really is. Dynamo just scored, okay. It'd be funny if Bayern win 2-1 because Jesuit equals 21. We'll see what happens. Chelsea or Juve? I looked into it. Originally, I said Chelsea. There's some crazy stuff for Thomas Tuchel. So the game's 87 days after his birthday. He can stay on 8 draws and 7 losses with Chelsea, and he can stay on 87 all-time draws. But there's a few people in my community that love Juventus. I like Chelsea. I don't know if I'm going to bet on it because I have an NBA game later that I love. It's like yesterday, I had an NBA game. I had the Indiana Pacers to upset the Bulls, and they did. I don't like talking about money, but I put like $350 on the Pacers at plus 105. So yesterday, I won $370. I was like, some people don't make that in a week. I was really grateful. I'm not being greedy. I'm not betting thousands of dollars like I used to. And I'm not betting every code that I do. So spoke to my mate, Jay Sol, who's arguably the best decoder that I know. Or at least he finds the craziest things. And I told him, I said, mate, I'm not betting unless my gut backs up my code or my code backs up my gut. So I was like, I like the Pacers. like my gut was, I like the Pacers, I like the price, I like the odds, I like the fact that they're away and they're only plus 105. Okay, if I can find a really good code for the Pacers, I'm betting on them. And I did. I found an exceptional code for the Pacers, and they won. I don't know. I think they won by about 30 points against the top of the table Chicago Bulls, because it's all rigged, guys. So I will say this: back in the day, every code that I posted, I bet on. I don't do that now. I bet on the ones that I love, and if the codes hit, it's great for my community. Sometimes that makes me happier than actually winning myself. Chelsea to win the treble, it's unlikely. I think Bayern or PSG win the Champions League. I've done a ridiculous code for both teams. But I'm leaning Bayern. But it's Bayern or PSG in my opinion. Chelsea won't be winning the treble, even though they're sponsored by 3. Yeah, I'll look into, Michael, doing a video about the Bavarian Illuminati, because it's incredibly interesting. What you'll find interesting, because you're from the US, is the Bavarian Illuminati, or the Illuminati, were founded in 1776, the same year that America signed its Declaration of Independence, where there was 56 people who signed it. So it's not a coincidence the Illuminati was founded the same year that the US signed the Declaration of Independence, because basically the United States of America is the Illuminati. It's run by the Illuminati. It's why it became the most powerful country in the world. And now, for whatever reason, the Illuminati wants to take down the United States and destroy it. They want to destroy the United States because they know if the US gets destroyed, Western civilization in general will be destroyed. J-Sol doesn't have a YouTube channel. He just keeps himself to himself. It's from Detroit. Again, somebody I found on my journey. I feel like I've known him my whole life. We can finish each other's sentences. We're on the same frequency. I don't know if he's watching this live, but I respect that guy as much as anybody that I know. My sister's in the live. One of the biggest legends I know. Love her to bits. So open-minded, so incredibly intelligent. Always supported me my whole life. Probably the most generous person that I've ever met. So I love my sister to bits, and I like that she's in the live. She's really, really, really intelligent woman. Do you think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl? If it's not Brady, it's the Cowboys. Again, I've done about a 4-page decode on Dallas, but I've seen too much for Brady recently and at the beginning. And if he does win it again, hopefully that will be what wakes a lot of the world up, because he can go 8-3 in Super Bowls. He was born on August the 3rd, which is 8-3. Football in gematria equals 83. The Super Bowl is the 44th day of the year. Brady's currently 44 years old. Yesterday, the Bucks just won 30-10, 83 days before the Super Bowl. I've got a million more things for Brady, but 83 is a big murder number as well. And there's been all these deaths recently of people getting murdered, and 44 is the kill number. Super Bowl 56, which is all connected to the Society of Jesus, and Brady is massively connected to them. That's why he threw 201 yards in the Super Bowl this year. And the Society of the Jesuit Orders 201, Jorge Mario Bergoglio 201, Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits. How did he throw for 201 yards? Did they make up the stats, or is it some sort of simulation? Brady, for me, is not a real human being at this point. I've been watching a lot of videos about robots, and I would not be shocked if Brady's a robot. I know it sounds crazy, especially if you're just new to my channel, but the guy's 44. Like, is he going to be winning the Super Bowl when he's 97 and people still won't say anything and he looks the same? Okay, let's have a look. I've not been reading these comments. I had a channel. Okay, J-Sol had a channel, but he took it down. Me and J-Sol, we want to go live. I'm not plugging J-Sol here, like he doesn't even have a channel or anything, but him and I will go live. We was thinking about doing this. We watch games together, like NBA games, because we're really good at decoding the NBA. And pretty much every number that we decode hits in the game. And we were thinking, we had a joke about it. It was like, why why don't we go live as a game's going on and say, this is what's going to happen? Oh, he's going to miss a free throw. Oh, this is what the score's going to be at halftime. So we do it almost every day. We call it almost every day. And he said, what will happen is we'll go live, decoding a game in play, and it'll be the one time we get it wrong and we'll look like clowns. I was like, who cares, man? If we look like clowns, it'll be funny. It'll be like a comedy sketch if we get everything wrong. But it's very rare that that happens. Illuminati card game, I'm going to do a video about it. When I actually wrote my book, which has not been published or anything like I've said, I've got it on my USB. I did about 3 pages about the Illuminati card game. And everything's playing out from that card game. And the guy who came up with that game was called, what was his name now? Oh, I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's the same name as the guy, in my opinion, who played George Floyd, because George Floyd didn't die. There was a guy playing the role of George Floyd, and it was an NBA player. Was it Steven Jackson? Yeah, the guy who created the the guy who created the Illuminati card game was called Steven Jackson, and the guy who looks like the twin of George Floyd is called Steven Jackson, who played in the NBA. And I'm telling you, it's the same guy. And I said it the day it happened, and everyone laughed at me. And then the day after in the news, it came out that Steven Jackson was best friends with George Floyd. I was like, did they see my video about this? Because there's no way that the guy who looks like his twin was best friends with him growing up. I think I literally called it out like a detective. And the day after, I was like, no way have they done this. No way. Who you think is winning the NBA? The NBA this year is going to be won by either the Lakers or Golden State Warriors. I've got something for Golden State Warriors that I haven't shared with anybody yet. I'll probably share it with my community. I just want to dig a bit deeper. They're plus 700, but the most obvious one is the Lakers, but they tricked people last year. They could really be tricking people with the Lakers again. But they have arguably the best riddle. Super Bowl 56 is in LA. LeBron James can go 5 and 6 in NBA Finals. There's a million things for the Lakers to win it this year, but they could be a trap. And I have something insane for Golden State Warriors, which I'll probably share with my community today. Actually, it's ridiculous, and they're a better price. But the Lakers are having a nightmare. Well, they're 9 and 9. It's funny they're 9 and 9 right now, and California's birthday is the 9th of September, and the record is 9 and 9 right now. Why are the Lakers the second favorites to win the NBA when they're just 500? They're 9 and 9. LeBron's like 36. It's interesting that 666 is the 36 triangular number. I did a video the other day about how he wears number 6 now, and he got ejected when the Lakers won 66 points, 666 days after Kobe died. And remember, LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring chart in Philadelphia the night before Kobe died, and Kobe was born in Philadelphia. So yeah, if Kobe did die, if he died, LeBron had something to do with it, no doubt, and some weird sick ritual to replace him. Man United scored. Wow, that's why I stayed off that game. As soon as Solskjaer got fired, I had to stay off that game. That's something you learn with this knowledge as well. You see what goes on. You see the rituals. You know how things can change. Like the Lakers looked amazing to win today against the Knicks. And now they've just said Anthony Davis has flu-like symptoms, so he probably won't play. LeBron got ejected. It's like sometimes they do that and they still win, but the Lakers are plus 200 now. My favorite play today is the Clippers. I'm not going to go into the code, but I'll play smart now. Clippers is my favorite play. That'll be the one that I bet on. Some people like betting 5 or 6 games a day, 7 games a day. I don't do that anymore. It's too stressful. There's too much. And when you do these parlays, guys, one team's always going to screw you. Once in a blue moon, you'll hit 5 out of 5. You'll more often get 4 out of 5 and then lose money. Do singles, you win money. Like I said, I won $350, $60 yesterday. I don't really need to bet again this week if I want to be smart, but it's hard not to. Yeah, the Lakers never seem to be fully strengthened until the playoffs. Ronaldo scored again. So Ronaldo scored in every Champions League game this season, correct? 5 games out of 5. Satan equals 55. Red Devils 55. Again, Ronaldo. Is Ronaldo a legit human being at this point? They always call him a machine. They always say he's a machine and out of this world and stuff like that. He can jump like higher than any NBA player. He jumps like 10 foot in the air. And he's 36, the same age as as LeBron, interestingly. William Shakespeare, the earth is a stage. The earth is, but it's what did he say? He didn't say the earth is a stage. He said the world is a stage. And it is. So I discussed in my last live, there's a guy called Dekoji Reality who's an incredibly intelligent guy, open-minded, pretty intense, like, which I like about him. He says what he believes, and if he doesn't agree with you, he tells you. He says the world's a stage, it's a simulation. But he said, you got to write your own story. And I stick by that. You got to write your own story. You got to write your own script. If you don't, somebody's going to write your script for you. So the people who are always consenting and doing what the government tells them and playing along with the system, you're not writing your own script there. Somebody's writing your script, just like when you play on the computer, somebody's controlling the player. Be your own player in this game. It is a game at this point. The world is a game, and some people play it better than others. The world is a game. And don't be scared of that. If it is a simulation, don't be scared of it. Enjoy the ride. Take the positives from it. This world is magical. It has a lot of shit going on it. The people running the show, who we've allowed to run the show, are evil. They don't give a shit about us. They do want us to live with low frequencies. And if you want to live like your life with low frequencies, that's on you. I don't have sympathy for you. Like, I can't go to LA anymore, but I'm going to go to the beach later. I'm going to see the sunset. I'm going to have a nice drink. I'm going to speak to a friend on the phone. I might not be able to see them face to face, but I guess I can with FaceTime. Again, the internet is a blessing and a curse. Without it, I wouldn't be doing this live stream. So what I'll say to people as well is, there's nothing wrong with bitching occasionally about things, about bitching about the world, but do something about it. Bitching about it don't do anything. It's like the people who complain but don't have a solution. Oh, this is shit. Okay, it's shit. Then how can I make it better? I don't know. It's just shit. Then shut your mouth, mate. Okay, unless you're going to actually give me some constructive feedback, like, keep your mouth shut. Yeah, Ronaldo always scores clutch goals because it's all rigged. 79 minutes. If it's 79 minutes, that's hilarious. Society of Jesus is 79. I've got 79 in loads of my decodes today. Huge number, the 22nd prime. 22 is a master number. What's good? My gut just joined your Patreon. Thank you, Zach. The Clippers are going to win today. The Clippers beat Dallas today. That's my favorite play. The Champions League's tough. The issue with betting on football, which I've said multiple times now, is why bet on a sport that has 3 possible outcomes? You're making your life way harder. You've got the win, the draw, and the loss. It makes your life way harder. So I love playing football. I'm actually playing in a final tomorrow on Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm playing in a final. I love playing. I adore coaching. I'm coaching a kid tomorrow as well. A really good kid, 10 years old. But I don't watch football anymore. I don't really have any passion for professional football. I actually don't like decoding it anymore because I just get pissed off because I love the game, the professional game. It was a huge part of my life, and now I want to stay away from it. Like, it wasn't until somebody messaged me this morning, last night actually, or yesterday afternoon, said, it's the Champions League tomorrow. I didn't even know. And if you'd have said that to me a year ago, I would have known everything. Who was playing who? I would have known everything. Now I'm like, okay, Champions League. I don't really give a shit. I don't care who wins it unless it's Bayern or PSG, because that's who I've decoded to win it. Francis Bacon was Shakespeare. I've heard that. Either Francis Bacon was Shakespeare or Shakespeare just didn't exist. There's multiple fictional characters that they come up with that never actually existed from 500 years ago. Like, how do we know these people actually existed? Because somebody put it in a book. All right, what else we got? Lakers 1,000 and FanDuel. That Lakers game's dangerous now. Davis is out and LeBron's got ejected. Again, if the game's dangerous and you're not like super confident, you don't bet on it. Because that's the way you lose. I bet one game a day pretty much now, and pretty much every time I win, especially this week. I think I've only got one wrong that I bet on. Actually, over the last 7 or 8 days, for me personally, that I bet on, I think I've got one wrong. Ronaldo scores his 21st Oh, Script Unveiled is an amazing decoder, by the way. I'm not sure. Script Unveiled, if you have a channel or anything, can you plug yourself? Because you always leave amazing comments. So Ronaldo scores his 21st Champions League goal for United in the 78th minute. Jesuit 71 and 78. Of course. That's why Kobe was born in 78. And when LeBron got ejected, Detroit Pistons won 78 points. Whilst the Lakers won 66. Lakers 66, LeBron James 66, LeBron 66. The NBA founded the 6th of June, 6-6. Number of the beast, 66. England won the World Cup in 66. I'm not going to tell you my World Cup code because I've spent so long on it and I don't want to sound like a dick and that I'm obsessed with money. But I'm not going to, I put my heart and soul into that code for the World Cup. If you want to check it out, just pay $5 to check it out. It's worth it for that because this team's going to win the World Cup. I've never been so confident in my life with a code. All right, check out Pat Truther on YouTube for NFL stuff. Don't know who that is, but I'm going to check him out or her. Pat's like a unisex name. Don't know if it's Patricia or Patrick. What do you think of the Bible, mate? Oof, lots of wisdom. Not going to get too much into religion. A ton of wisdom in the Bible. Take what you want from the Bible. Don't take every word literally. Don't let it control your life. Because again, you're not writing your own story. You're going off a book. But the Bible has a ton of wisdom, and I've read it a couple of times. All the holy books, as far as I'm aware, have a ton of wisdom. 79th element is gold. Again, I want to look into the periodic table. The periodic table gives you a lot of clues for these games. Again, sorry for always plugging Decode Your Reality. I like to plug people's channels. I like to call out people who I believe are good. He talks about that type of stuff, the periodic table. It's huge. Barcelona to win today. I don't know. The odds are pretty suspicious at home. It's funny. I saw a photo yesterday. I didn't post it yet. So I think PK wears number 3 and Busquets wears number 5 and Catholic equals 35. And there was a photo of them stood next to each other with Xavi, who's definitely a Jesuit. And Barcelona's a massive Catholic club. I was like, is it an accident they took that shot where PK was here and then Busquets was there with the 35 with Xavi looking at them? I was like, they do these things, and I see it a lot in games. They'll put they'll go to commercial in the NBA and it'll have like number 11 next to number 7, and I don't know, a team can get the 117th win. I'm like, okay, done. They will give you these clues when you're smart enough to see what they do, because you've got to realize these people like to mock people. So they're playing jokes on people, but people don't know that they're being mocked. When you have the knowledge I have, you see the mockery. And when I see the mockery, yes, I profit financially, but it pisses me off. It really pisses me off. So it makes me want to expose them, because being mocked is like the most disrespectful thing you can have done to you, I think, when you're being blatantly mocked. Pochettino's best friend dead today. Wow. And he's linked with the Man United job. That could be a good sign for Argentina in the World Cup. It could be a good sign for PSG, but I don't know. Is Pochettino still the coach of PSG? I'm not sure. Or did he get fired? I've not really been keeping up too much. Manchester United FC 188 explains why they've been one of the most dominant teams in the world. Okay, check out the channel Script Unveiled. He does really good work. I'm going to subscribe after this, unless I already have. Francis Bacon is alleged to have had connections with Freemasons and German secret philosophical societies, the Rosicrucians. Yeah, I'll look into the Rosicrucians, but Francis Bacon, no doubt, member of the order. They're not going to let Messi score with his hand in the World Cup final. If they did that, that would be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. If that didn't wake people up, Messi scoring with his hand against England in the World Cup final, then literally people are under a spell. Xavi was average. I've said so many times before I knew this knowledge, Xavi is average. He sits in the middle of the park. He plays his little tiny passes where he doesn't get touched. Barely scored goals unless it was free kicks or occasional penalties. Yet he's regarded as one of the greatest players to ever play. Iniesta, different story. That guy was a player. Iniesta could play. One of my great favorite players ever, Iniesta. He could play the game. Xavi just did the basics right. just a Jesuit, and now he's coaching at Barca. Who have they had now? So Xavi was a legend at Barca, is now the coach. Luis Enrique was a legend at Barca. He became the coach. Guardiola was a legend at Barca. He became the coach. Because probably they're all part of the same order. 2-0 Sancho, 88 minutes, 88. Wow. So I said many times that Sancho will come really good for United. Hey, Paul, I said he's going to come good. They go through rituals and he will come good. So watch Sancho. Few of my friends still play FPL, pretty much all of them. If you still play Fantasy Premier League, which I don't anymore, put Sancho in your team now, because I'm sure his price is pretty good. It probably keeps dropping because he's on the bench so often. Sancho's going to go on a run now. Jadon Sancho, he's going to go on a run. And Carrick will probably do really well. He's had a really scripted career, Michael Carrick. He won the Champions League with United, didn't he? He started out at West Ham, the Masonic club, with Joe Cole, with Rio Ferdinand, with Lampard. They all came through at the same time at West Ham. Their logo is that, which is a Masonic skull and bones here. So, yeah, when West Ham had all those players come through, Jermaine Defoe came through at the same time. What are the chances? What are the chances of... I think all of them played for England. And they all came through West Ham at the same time. Harry Redknapp was the coach as well for many years, as far as I'm aware, who's related to Lampard, who's the dad of Jamie Redknapp. Guys, start seeing the bullshit. It's all a Freemasonic order. The FA was founded by the Masons. 100% fact. 100% fact. I'm going to do a post on my Patreon probably tomorrow about Sam Allardyce and why he became England manager and why he lost his job after one game. I will do a post. So for people on my Patreon right now, you're going to enjoy this post. It's insane what I have. I just didn't want to overload you with posts today. So I'll post it tomorrow. The thing I found about Allardyce is just a different level. It was a ritual, guys, why Allardyce coached one game for England. And the game finished 1-0 against Slovenia. Who scored the winning goal? Adam Lallana. Wearing number 11, his dad's an open Freemason, fact. Lallana's a Freemason, fact. He says it. Xavi did simple things well, and Mr. Flynn, funniest guy on my Patreon, arguably, there's 4 or 5 people. Yeah, they always said Xavi did the simple things well. So he freaking should. He's playing for Barcelona, who were the best team in the world. If he can't play a 5-yard pass, then what's he doing playing for Barcelona? Billy Gilmour, he does the simple things well. Kante does the simple things well. Carrick does the simple things well. So they freaking should. Man U won. The betting odds were profitable. Yeah, they were good. They were plus like 160. They were plus 160. So they've qualified, I take it now. I'll have to look into it. They must have qualified for the next round of the Champions League. Goal being recorded as... Why is it recorded as 90 minutes if it was 88? Ritual, I guess. They do that a lot. A player will score after like 54 minutes and they'll put it down as 56. You're like, how? It blatantly says on the screen he scored after 54 minutes. Why are you saying it's 56? And why are people not questioning that? Jay Sancho equals 38. 38 days left in the year. Good find. Yeah, Ronald Koeman. He played for Barca and coached them. So we've got Koeman, Guardiola, Xavi, Luis Enrique. Did Cruyff play and coach them as well? Johan Cruyff, who famously created the Cruyff turn. Big Catholic club. And I said, how long ago did I say? Barcelona are going to get Xavi. I said this a long time ago. And they're going to become the best team in the world again in a few years. That's what's going to happen. Really, West Ham are doing so well now because of their Masonic ties. And David Moyes is massively connected to Pope Francis. Moyes got the job at United because he's Scottish rider Freemason, just like Fergie. That's why some of the greatest coaches to ever live are Scottish. Liverpool's greatest coach of all time, Bill Shankly, is Scottish. Fergie, arguably the greatest coach of all time, or manager. Do you know Fergie didn't actually coach his team? It was Steve McLaren. Fergie didn't even coach the fraud, the prick. He didn't even coach that guy. He stood at the side. McLaren coached. He didn't coach a session. He probably can't even coach, Fergie. He probably can't actually coach. This is the mockery. He never coached. He would just manage the team. I think one guy is just able to come in at a club and then win every possible trophy with them. One Scottish guy. People need to get a grip. Really weird how... Okay, no, I've read that. Never liked Sam. Allardyce is a Mason. Simple as that. He's a shit footballer. And who did he coach? He coached loads of like lower league teams, didn't he? And then he made his name at Bolton. And then I think he went to Newcastle and West Ham or something like that. Again, all these clubs are Masonic. Cruyff did manage Barca. So I've just named 5 ex-players who went on to coach Barca. I went to Spain. I've played football by Barcelona B Stadium. I went to a football tournament in Barcelona as well with my college. I think I got the golden boot. I think I was the top scorer in the tournament. My brother was there as well. It was an amazing trip. We went to Barcelona with our college one time. I think we were there for like a week. And I think we played Chesterfield Academy or something like that. Can't remember. But it was an amazing time, like one of the best times in my life. Imagine like a group of 16 lads at college in Barcelona playing football. My coach at the time, who was my tutor, a guy called Tom, one of the coolest guys I've ever met. He was my tutor. He's one of the guys that inspired me to be a teacher and be kind of like a cool teacher. Because I always did my work for him because I respected him. And the other guys at the school who took college, who took it so serious, the teachers, I just laughed in their face. Thinking there's something they're not. Getting all serious, like they're better than me. It's like, no, probably smarter than you are anyway. Definitely fitter, and you're teaching me sports. You can barely run yourself. So, yeah, when I went to Barcelona, I'm going off topic here, one of the best times of my life. Anybody who went on that trip will probably agree with that. Maradona played for Barca, yeah, just like Messi. It's a joke. NCAA, Arkansas 4-0 versus Cincinnati 5-0 will fail to become 5-1 like it's nice. That's a good code, Evan. You went to Italy for a tournament, age 16. We got destroyed. Yeah, Italians, they're talented, man. Italians are talented footballers. I once played in the tournament for Bradford City. Atletico Madrid, it was Atletico Bilbao in the tournament. Borussia Mönchengladbach, I think it was. And there was an Italian team. I think it was Fiorentina. And the Italian team were insane. This is when I was about 13. The Italian team was insane because the tournament there was a fire in Bradford, the Bradford fire, which killed 56 people, guys. 56 dead, like really? So we hosted a tournament and there was international teams that played. And there was, like I said, I think it was Bilbao, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Fiorentina, I think. Playing against those teams was amazing. But I was young. The group projections after losing to Young Boys is coming through. 6 points in Ronaldo's 179th UCL match, 7 points for CR7. And brilliant. Oh, by the way, Justin JD, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you should set one up because your knowledge of football and decoding is phenomenal. I know a lot of people in this community, they don't want a channel. It is a lot of work. They don't want the pressure. I will tell you this, guys. If you set up a Patreon and you're putting out sports picks and they lose, if you're not a strong soul, it will crush you. If you can't handle criticism and somebody say, oh, your code missed and I lost $200, it hurt me at the beginning. And now I say this, listen, I posted a phenomenal code. You liked it. If you lost the money, I apologize, but you placed the bet. If you won the money, it's you. You don't really have to thank me, although it's nice. So I've become stronger with that. I do amazing codes. I put my heart and soul. I work 6 or 7 hours decoding. A lot of the time I win. But the times when I'm wrong, if anybody wants to bitch, I don't care about you. You can leave my Patreon without being disrespectful because you're going to win more than you lose with me. If you can't handle a loss, don't gamble. What position do you play, striker? I played in a semi-final last week and I scored 6 goals. I swear down, I'm a really talented footballer. Anybody watching who's on my team in Mexico, that they can back that up. I scored 6. I don't know what I've got. I've got something like 25 goals in 8 games now. And I'm not lying. Hopefully someone's in the stream that can back me up. I don't know. But again, my ego, whatever. I enjoy the game. I keep fit. I hang out with friends. I don't give a shit about trophies anymore. I don't even know where all my trophies are anymore. All that stuff used to get in my head. I needed to win the player of the tournament. I needed to get the goal. I don't care about a shitty trophy anymore. That little trap of a trophy. I play with my mates. I get a good workout. I let off a lot of tension because when I play football, I'm very animated. Winning or losing, I'm animated. I'm passionate, just like how I talk with passion. So I'm a striker, but I can play anywhere in the midfield as well. I can put me anywhere, and I'll do a job for you. I've played left back before. I played left back for a game at Guiseley, and I had a really good game at left back. And I'm right-footed, and I'm not a defender. I think if you can play the game, you can play in any position. If you're a decent player. All right. Jock, Steen, Shankly, and Busby all grew up in close area. Wow, I've been told that by multiple people now. That has to be. The Busby babes as well, and that plane crash never happened, in my opinion. Another massive ritual. All these rituals with plane crashes. How many of them actually happen? Do you trust Zach Hubbard? No, I don't. Do I respect his work and knowledge? Yes. Do I trust him? No, I don't. But again, who cares whether I trust him or not? I used to always watch his videos. I learned a lot from him. But the better I've got at this, the more I see through him, in my opinion. But still watch his work. Still check out his videos. Just don't worship him. And if you sign on to his Patreon, he'll probably give you picks where every game is double-coded. He'll give you 10 NFL picks and he'll only give you 2 clear ones or 3. And the rest he'll say, well, I would bet $5 on this and also $5 on this one because both teams have numbers. Both teams will always have numbers. So in regards to Zach, he does great work at decoding like daily events. He does that as well as anybody. When it comes to sports, he might tell you he's the best. I'm better than Zach at decoding sports. 100% better than him at decoding sports. If you put my code against him, mine would kill his, and I bet my percentage would kill his. But again, it's not a competition. I don't trust him though, but I respect his work, but I don't respect him, which sounds really strange. Send you a message on Discord. Okay, thank you so much, Tim. I rarely go on Discord anymore, but I'll check that out. Tim Truth is another, The Truth. Oh, it's The Truth. I'm getting mixed up with a guy called Tim Truth. Oh, Dane, it's Dane. Okay, cheers, Dane. Perfect. You do great work. I'm looking forward to it. If anybody sends me these syncs with the Pope, I get excited. Because again, over a year ago, I discussed the Pope daily. The Pope was in my codes every day, and now people are using the Pope. That doesn't anger me. That makes me happy because he's undeniably connected to every game for whatever reason. How tall are you? 5'11". 5'11". So depending on where you are in the world, I would say I'm average height around the world. In Mexico, I'm probably above average. 5'11", I'll take that. I'm not short, I'm not tall. Jock Steen died of a heart attack in World Cup qualifier match. Wow. I love this. I love the chat because there's some really smart people in it that will tell me things I don't know. Will Poch become the next United manager? No, I don't think so. The news are hammering Poch to be it, and they deceive you. I think the Ajax coach is going to get it. Again, if I'm wrong here, there's going to be people that say, you said the Ajax coach. I think the Ajax coach is going to get it. Zidane has amazing numbers, but he might get the France job to replace Deschamps. Funny how they both played centre mid together when they won the Euros and the World Cup, because they're Jesuits from the same fraternities. Deschamps was a dog shit player as well, who sat in the middle of the park and just played 5-yard passes. Deschamps was the French Xavi. He got regarded as like one of the best midfielders of all time, Didier Deschamps. No, he's just a Jesuit. He won the World Cup as a player, he won the World Cup as a coach, he won the Euros, he played for Juventus, just like Zidane played for Juventus. Start seeing through the bullshit. It's all rigged, whether you like it or not. Zach is a joke. Why are you talking about Zach? Zach's not a joke. This is the last thing I'll say about Zach. He's not a joke. He does amazing work. But people worship that guy. And he's really negative. He brings people's frequencies down. He just calls people out. And I've said, if I went one-on-one with Zach in a live stream, I'd probably kill him, but he'll say, well, I've done gematria 11 years, and how many books have you got? So I don't give a shit, Zach. I've probably gone past you at this point in like less than a year, what you've learned in 11. Perfect height for football. Listen, a lot of people, again, said when I was younger, Adam, you should just go move to Spain and play in Spain because you're technically gifted. You don't need to be tall. You get loads of time on the ball. And I would have killed it. That's why when I went to Barcelona for that tournament, nobody could touch me without sounding arrogant. It's true. I got the golden boot in that Barcelona tournament because you did get loads of time on the ball. 2-3-11 is the 188th prime. Manchester United 188. Great work. I can't pronounce your name. Gelantio. I'm not sorry. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but good stuff. What else have we got? Some amazing. Malcolm X's daughter died at 56. Yeah, somebody told me. Again, but if you don't understand that number, people go, so 56, what's your point? When you really learn that number and what it symbolizes, you can see through the rituals. And again, did she die at 56 or is it bullshit? We'll never know. What amazing numbers we will get next year when Jorge Melibigoglia will be 85. Yeah. And it's 2022, like 222, that equals 6. 2022 is going to be an enormous year. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, but it's not looking that way right now. But you never know. Depends on the awakening. If there's a grand awakening, things will be great. They're really going to push that meta universe, though. Maybe the world gets divided into like people who want the meta universe and people who just want to live a regular life. Those who want the meta universe are people who are just unhappy in their life right now, in my opinion. They want to escape reality. That's why a lot of people play video games. They escape the reality. They want to live in a virtual one because they're not happy with the current one, which is fine if it makes them happy. I'm not going to judge people for doing that. But I do think the world will eventually be divided into those who want to live a regular, normal life as we've grown up with, or those who want to live in a virtual universe. It's probably 50-50. Okay. Born in Luton and Rittenhouse have the same ciphers. That's interesting. One of my best friends, or he was one of my best friends until I had this big awakening. He probably doesn't appreciate me as much as he used to. He played for Luton Town a few years ago. He played for Bradford City first team. He played for Luton Town. He played for England C. He dominated non-league with Boston and Guiseley. It's called Simon Ainge. Was one of my best friends growing up. Don't really speak to him anymore. Still have a ton of respect for him. But he played for Luton. He's adamant. He's 100% adamant that pro sports are not rigged. But he's never played at the highest level. He was a pro and he made money from it and he made a living. He played in front of thousands of people. He was an incredibly talented player. But he didn't make it top. He wasn't playing in the Premier League. He wasn't playing in the Champions League, the World Cup. That's why I'm saying it's scripted. Lower league, I'm not quite sure how it all works. Semi-pro, it's definitely not scripted. I played there. That's really organic. That's why I love semi-professional, because I'm telling you, there's guys in semi-professional league, Conference North, Conference South, stuff like that, who are better than Premier League players. People laugh at me, and now I know that it's all rigged, and pretty much the majority of Premier League players are from secret societies and Masons. I definitely agree. There's semi-pro players that could be playing in the Premier League quite easily. People might laugh in my face because they're in a dream world. What do you think of Eazy-E? I think he was taken out. Spoke too much truth. The only people who want the metaverse are weirdos. Like guys, is Zuckerberg real? Is that guy a human, or is that guy like a robot? Because you got to remember, these people are like, have you seen that robot? What's the robot called? Hi, my name is, what's her name? That first robot that is like a human. I was watching a video on it yesterday. What's her name? Somebody tell me. The robot that they came out with in China. Oh, shit. Sophia. Thank you, Richard. Sophia. So everyone's looking at Sophia and like, oh my God, that's incredible technology. It's literally like a human. Sophia is probably something they came up with 70 years ago. Imagine what they actually have. Like someone like Dwayne Johnson or something. I bet he's actually a full-blown robot at this point. Will Smith, these people, Tom Brady. Imagine what they can do now, because they're always 70, 80 years ahead of what they show us. Just like with the moon landing, which was filmed in a Hollywood basement. People said Photoshop didn't exist back in the late 60s. It's like, it did to them. It probably existed in the early 1900s to them, not to us. That's where people get trapped. Yes, Simon scored 35 goals in 53 matches. Oh my God, 35 and 53 reflections of each other. Yeah, my mate Simon, he won't be watching this. He's not really into all this stuff. He also played for Halifax, where Jamie Vardy played. But Simon, he was always a centre-back, phenomenal player. Like, he made his debut, I think, with David Weatherall at Bradford City. First, like, I went to watch the game and they were away against Oldham. I don't know if it was his debut, but he was playing centre-half with David Weatherall, who played in the Premier League, who kept Bradford City in the Premier League with a header against Liverpool. He was playing for City at age 17 with Weatherall. What I'll say about Si is his attitude was a joke. He just wanted to go out and get pissed and party and go crazy, and he lived a crazy, wild life. He was literally like the modern-day lower league George Best. And then he became a striker. He went to Harrogate Town, a striker from centre-half, and he got 35 goals in 53 games. Like, he was scoring like 3 goals a game at one point. So nothing but respect for Simon, but he thinks I'm a dick. He thinks what I'm talking about is a joke. He thinks I've lost my mind, which is fine. It's fine. No worries, that's what he thinks. Sophia equals knowledge equals Lucifer. Yeah, knowledge is like being illuminated. That's why it's the Illuminati, because they're illuminated with knowledge and wisdom. I could have gone to Halifax Town when I was younger after Bradford released me, and I turned it down. I said, I'm not playing for Halifax, because they were like 3 leagues below. I said, and I quit playing football for a year. I could have gone to Halifax to play at the Shea. Probably a stupid mistake. But again, don't have regrets, guys. If I would have played, maybe stayed in England and played football, I wouldn't be living in Cabo now. Probably wouldn't be the illusion either doing these videos. I'd be stuck in the whole rat race of living in England, where most people are closed-minded, and that's a reality. Yeah, the Jalen Rose glitching on YouTube, just watch it. And they peel his skin off. They peel his skin off and tweak him. And then they do that. It's like, he's there, man. They take his skin off him, tweak him, put the skin back on. And people are going to tell me that's not a robot? Our freestyle football is more talented. No. Just because you're good at freestyle and football doesn't mean you can play the game. I know a lot of people who can do every trick under the book. They can't play a 30-yard pass. They can't deal when there's pressure on them. They don't have the fitness. So just because you can do a few little flicks and tricks, and I can do all of that, it don't make you a good footballer. It makes you a good freestyler. 2 very different things. So the NWA live, nice. I bet that was amazing. But you got to remember the NWA, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop, they're all owned by like the CIA. They're all owned by the Jesuits. And they pushed hating the police. They pushed drugs. They pushed beating on women. Like, especially Eminem would always push beating on his wife and I'm going to kill you, bitch, and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, growing up, it was cool music, but they don't write their own lyrics. They just perform them. Do you think you sound nuts? Me? At the beginning, yes. At the beginning, I thought I was going crazy because I went from this normal lad to seeing the world, like, to my whole world being flipped upside down. And when your world does get flipped upside down, guys, you lose a lot. You lose a lot of friends. You lose a lot of the things that you used to love, but it's worth it. But you got to be strong mentally, or you'll get fed up. I went through a stage of being fed up for about 3 weeks because every day I was reading things that I didn't know about, and it was all negative. Everything was negative. They do this, they do that. This is going to happen. Everything was negative, and it was just bombarding. It was just like, it was like being on the floor and people kicking you in the head and you can't move. Now, I'm glad I've seen it. I've got through it. I see the world a different way. I respect the world even more than I used to. And I see the bigger picture. I'm not afraid of death. We never die. If that makes you feel better, guys, I don't think we ever die. And I don't play around with people. I don't say what people want to hear anymore just to be nice. I speak my mind. I do what I want to do. I focus on me. And I'll help people as much as I can. But the biggest thing I focus on in my life is me. And it's always going to be that case now. Sophia is a name for the divine feminine. They invert angelic names, symbols, numbers, etc. No names or numbers are inherently good or evil. You give everything meaning, be positive. This is why I love J-Soul. Just read that comment. It's duality, guys. Everything's positive and negative, and you can take what you want from it. So people will tell you 666 is an evil number. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a divine number that they've infiltrated. Who knows? 201. Like people, oh, you've got 201 in your name. You're a Jesuit. 201 is obviously a really valuable number, sacred number. That's why they have it. So maybe it's good having 201 or 56 in your name, even though we portray it as being negative. Like the illusion is 144. I was born 14-4. Jesuit order 144. Does that make me a member of the Jesuit order? Did I decide when I was born? No. But these numbers follow me, and maybe it's a beautiful thing. It's not all negative. Chelsea about to draw. I don't know. That game was tough to call. I'm not really keeping up. What score did the Bayern game finish? Did they win? Because I had Bayern to win, even though the odds were like -300. Did Bayern win? It was 2-1. Of course, your boy Lewandowski scored. If that guy doesn't get the Ballon d'Or, then it just shows you how rigged it is. The guy's goal-scoring record's insane. And we're told this from Poland. Is he? He's probably just a Nazi, Lewandowski. All right. Zach, YouTuber, super negative, seems deliberate. Yeah, he's controlled opposition at this point. But you can still learn from him. But he's controlled. People like him will go down. People like myself will hopefully start growing because I'm really organic. But I don't think I'll ever have 20,000 subs. I don't think I'll ever get to that point. I don't think I'll be allowed to get to that point. And as long as I have what I have, I'll be happy. I don't think I'll ever reach more than 5,000. Oh, forgot to say, Michael, I don't know if you're still in this call, Michael Curtis, who's living in Cabo. He wanted me to discuss monetizing your channel. So if you're not in, mate, I'll send you the video and I'll send you the time that I discussed this. To monetize your channel, this is like what you need, the criteria you need to meet. You need to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You need to reach 4,000 valid public watch hours in the past 12 months. You got to agree to all the bullshit terms and conditions. You got to set up an AdSense account, which is a joke. They still haven't paid me anything yet, although they owe me quite a bit. They haven't paid me anything. And then you've got to get approved, as well as comply with YouTube's community guidelines. But basically what it is, mate, the two big things, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need to reach at least 4,000 valid public watch hours. Without them, you'll never get monetized. But they barely pay you anything anyway. Anyone here who wants to make a living off YouTube, it's not going to happen unless you're controlled. Unless you're getting millions of views because you're controlled. So if YouTube do eventually pay me, which they should, because I put out good content and I'm giving them views, they'll pay me a couple of hundred a month max, I think. But I don't even know if they'll ever pay me. But that for me is just bonus money. I go to the beach most days. I literally go to the beach now. I buy a bottle of water. I will read my book, and like I can spend 4 hours there. And what am I doing? 4 hours of pleasure and downtime for what? The equivalent of about 50p, $1, just for my big bottle of water. You don't need a lot of money in this world, but I guess it depends where you live. I'm living in one of the best places in the world now during all of this bullshit. Lewandowski scores an overhead kick. Interesting. What do you know about Goldie? I know he was given a big platform, so I don't trust him. That's all I'll say about Goldie. The guy with the gold teeth. There'll be some ritual with the gold and the, what's it called? The periodic table, why he has that name. It's better to be less popular. Yeah, I'm happy with my following. I'll be more than happy if it stays at this amount. People who really care, who give a shit. However you found my channel, guys, I've said, if I set up a Twitter and all of that, and I really promoted my work, I'd have double the subs, but I'm not that bothered about how many subs I have. When people say, oh, Adam, you have 2,000 subs, I'm like, yeah. Okay, it's good. But I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about these milestones. Like when they send me the thing at the end of the month with all my milestones for the month, I don't even look at the numbers. They send me the email, I click on it, I don't even look, I don't give a shit, to be honest. I'm not falling for their bullshit. You should have a super chat. What's a super chat? Happy Face Man, he never wrote In a City Life. I don't think any of them write their own songs. Did you see the photo of Adele on Instagram where she's literally got a tattoo here of Saturn because she worships Saturn, which is Satan. She has the tattoo here of Saturn, so in your face, and she's doing that. Again, Adele's gone. The Adele that you're seeing right now is not the legit Adele. But she lost like 300 pounds by eating, like going on a kale diet or some bullshit, they said. And it's not even her anymore. She's gone. They get these people, they take their talent, they take their consciousness, they put it into a robot, they get rid of the original, and then they make money from the robot who they don't have to pay. That's what's going down. That's the reality of it. Did you see the Tommy Boy Sinks in All Sports? No, mate. No. Chigozi again, legend. Check out history. Definitely has a channel. Narina Testers, amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that you're grateful for my work. If you're learning from my work, if it's helping benefit your life, makes me happy. If you're just in it to win money, whatever, hopefully I'll help win your money. But if I'm actually having a positive impact on your life, that's why I became a teacher. That's why I became a coach. Not for the money, because I wanted to have a positive impact on people's lives. Now I'm doing it through YouTube, which I never wanted to have a YouTube channel. But it's worked out that way. Yeah, she don't look the same. I'll tell you why she don't look the same, because it's not the same person. Adele's gone. She's gone. You can't just expect a girl to lose like that amount of weight as quick as she did. She's gone. Adele's gone. A lot of them go. Eminem's gone. Eminem's not who he was. You just have to see them malfunction. Yeah, they act differently. They might sound the same. They'll sound the same, and you can dress them the same and stuff like that. But people really need to look into these robots, this artificial intelligence. They're basically, you can't tell the difference. The K-pop bands in China and Japan, the K-pop, they're all cloned. They're not legit. They're synthetic. K-pop. They're not real people. You see them glitch all the time. You see the eyes change colors. And it's not because they're wearing contacts or whatever they'll try and tell you. It's crazy, guys. You can get scared about it and let it worry you, or you can just accept there's a lot of crazy shit in the world. And it is what it is, but there's a lot of beautiful things in the world. Consume yourself with negativity, or you can accept the negativity, but try and live your life in a positive way. Big supporter from Canada. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Every Canadian I've met is a really down-to-earth person. Can't say a bad word about Canadians other than your idiotic president, transgender, whatever his name is. Ben Foster just posted a video on his YouTube titled The End. Interesting. Ben Foster, he played at United, didn't he? And now he's at Watford. And he was playing in goal. Was he playing in goal when United got beat 4-1? And Solskjaer got his 41st loss and then got sacked? I think Ben Foster. Yeah, didn't Ben Foster as well come from non-league or come from Wrexham or something? Something with Wrexham as well. Like Ryan Reynolds, not female pretending to be a man, Ryan Reynolds. You know what's funny, guys? They make the sexiest men alive, like Ryan Reynolds and Paul Rudd. They're women. They're women. And when the sexiest women alive, like Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Lopez, they're men. It's just hilarious what they do when you see it. And I think it'll eventually all come out. And I'm not going to sit here like, I told you so, told you so. It's going to come out. Hey, Tobin, mate. Barbados, wow. How is Barbados? I always hear it's incredible, like amazing place. Never been. Is it as incredible as people say? Or is it different visiting to live in there? Conor McGregor's definitely a robot. I've said multiple times he snapped his ankle and he was smiling. You don't snap your ankle and smile. You don't. You might not cry because of the adrenaline. I've seen people snap their legs and not cry because of the adrenaline. You don't laugh. You don't get on a microphone when you've snapped your ankle. Conor is AI. There's a thing of him doing this. And they're speaking to him and he does that. He doesn't move. And then they do a trigger word. There's a trigger word and he goes, hey, 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 hey. like that. Yeah. Oh my God, that guy's not legit. He's gone. Connor's gone. Connor's gone, whether you like it or not. Did you watch Boris Johnson randomly talking about Peppa Pig? Well, no, I can't listen to that clown Boris Johnson. I can't. BJ. I can't listen to him. I can't. He's definitely related to Trump. They were both born in New York. They both look very alike. President and prime minister at the same time. They're related. There's some bloodline there with Trump and with Boris. And when I tell people Boris Johnson was born in New York, they say, no, how can he be? He's the prime minister of England. I'm like, he was born in New York. Do your freaking research, you lazy twat. People just don't do the research. How's it going? I'm good. I'm all good. After this live stream, I'm going to walk. I might go get some... I'm going to go to the marina and get some food. I don't have any English class today. I don't have any football coaching classes. I don't have any major commitments today. The only sport I really watch is the NBA. I might watch the Clippers win today, win some money. Tends to be what happens. I'll go out for dinner. I'll hang out. I'll do what I want to do. And then in the evening, I'll win all the money that I spent today in a bet. That's how I live it. I'm just going to go through every day and not spend a penny. It seems to be working for me. Never liked Goldie, me neither, but I don't know much about Goldie. Deadpool. The Ryan before Deadpool is different from the Ryan after Deadpool. Possibly, maybe that's why there's dead in the title. Probably got killed. Trump with 9/11 and Boris is the 77th Prime Minister. Wow. I didn't know Boris was the 77th Prime Minister the year Tom Brady was born. All right. Boris hides in fridges. You're a football coach? Yes. I've been a football coach for 12 years. I coached in England. I coached in LA. I coached in Chicago. I'm coaching in Mexico. I've gone to national tournaments. A few years ago, I went to a national tournament with my team in Mexico. And what was amazing, we played at Mexico national team's training facilities. Unbelievable. That was a few years ago. It's in Toluca. And it was a professional setup. So yeah, I'm a coach and I can coach, again, at a really high level. These professional coaches, most of them can't coach. They're just given the jobs. They don't actually coach. I bet in the sessions, they hire people to coach. Or they just say, hey, you notice a lot of these like when you watch them train, they're just doing shooting activities or 5 against 5. Anybody can coach that. I've coached in 3 different countries. I've won everywhere I've been because I'm motivated. I give a shit. I know how the game works. I know when to make tweaks. A lot of these pro coaches are frauds, and that's why I call them out. But they've got their coaching badges that they're given. They're given coaching badges, and they make coaching badges so expensive in England. If you want to get like the highest level coaching badge, like the A class, whatever it is, they charge you thousands as far as I'm aware. And how many average people in England can afford that? They can't. It's just a joke. Ollie got sacked with 91 statistical wins. 91's the 13th try as well. And 41's the 13th prime. Like how he lost 4-1 in his last game. Stayed on 41 wins. The game took place on a day leaving 41 days left in the year. People are going to ignore these 41s, guys. Like Kobe died at 41. His name equals 41. Played for LA his whole career. That equals 41. You got your sawing backwards like I do. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me change that. Hey, what an observation. Who said that? Who noticed that? Tobin noticed that my straw was the wrong way. No, I don't think it is. I had it the right way. You doubted me for a second there, Tobin. Okay. Did you ever see my video on the Vatican creating the anti-globalist alliance? No, mate, but I'll watch it today. You're really passionate about your work. Broken Bone Rituals equals 201. The UFC's Broken Bone Ritual equals 264. Wow. It happened at UFC 264. You know, Brady got his 264th touchdown in Super Bowl 55 as well. That 264 is a big number. I taught English at school. Well, I was a physical education teacher in England and an English teacher in Mexico. And I've been a football coach in all three countries. But I moved to the US to be a football coach. And I played for Hollywood with Vinnie Jones as my coach. I didn't move to Mexico to coach. That's not why I came to Mexico to coach, to make a career in coaching, but I still coach. Yeah, soccer. I love playing tennis though as well. As you always see this in the background. I love to play tennis. I think it's a great workout. And I'm pretty good. Do you need your badges to coach? Here? No. If you want to coach at professional level, you need badges anywhere in the world. If you want to like coach for school, it helps to have badges, but they don't care. Which I love. Get a guy in, let him coach a taster session or two, see if he can coach, see if he has a rapport with the kids, hire him. Don't say, well, do you have your level 2? Screw the level 2 that any clown can get as long as they pay for it. Give them a tester, give them a trial. If they're shit at coaching, don't give them the job. Screw that piece of paper that they trap people with, just like education. Oh, do you have the piece of paper that proves you have a degree? Doesn't make you smart having a degree. I have a degree. I'm not saying this because I don't. I have a degree. Doesn't make you smart at all. What makes you smart is being open-minded, is questioning things, is going against the mainstream. That makes you smart. When you're conscious, when you're aware of what's going on, not a piece of, oh, I have a first degree from Cambridge. Who gives a shit, mate? You're still working McDonald's. Shove your degree up your ass. How do you see life in the year 2030? I don't worry about it, Crypto Josh. I don't know. I'm not going to guess either. I live day by day. It's been a blessing and a curse. A lot of people hate that I live day by day. Adam, why don't you make plans? Why don't you look ahead? Because I don't want to. Because I live day by day. I live every day to the full most of the time. So in 2030, I said it depends. If there's a global awakening, the world will be a great place. If it continues the way it's going, we will be enslaved completely. We'll be completely enslaved. We will become pretty much like robots. I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm putting out this content. If it does happen, I know when I die in this world, because you never truly die, that I gave my all. I saw through the illusion. I lived my life to the full. And I don't live in fear. 2030, if you're going to go by Agenda 2030, then it's not a world you really want to be living in. But I don't know. I'm just going to make the most of what I have. Whereabouts in England are you from? If you don't mind me asking. I was born in Bradford, in the Bradford Royal Infirmary. Bradford's in West Yorkshire. It's about 10 minutes on a train from Leeds. It's about 45, 50 minutes from Manchester. I had amazing upbringing in England. I actually lived in a place called Saltaire, which is a little village. It's a World Heritage Site as well, like the Great Wall of China. It's a beautiful place. Grew up with amazing friends. Back in the 90s, which I've said before in videos, the 90s were just amazing. So much truth. Everybody was organic. Nobody was bullshit. Nobody was taking selfies. People did play video games, but they weren't obsessed. You could judge people and people won't cry about it. You could call somebody a fat twat. You could call somebody an ugly one. And they'd be like, yeah, it is what it is. Kind of like South Park. South Park, they just say whatever they want. I kind of like that humor to an extent. Say whatever you want. Why get so offended by it? Now everything's so politically correct. You've got to be careful. Like, you can't even call people by their actual name now because people go by, my name is she. My name is it. It's like, no, it isn't. Your name's Sheila. Shut your mouth. Yo, bro, hire Ollie here out of the job. No, screw Ollie. Ollie can't coach. Ollie can't coach. All he would do is stand at the side doing his Freemasonic poses all the time. He would lose a game and smile. Pretty much every time he lost a game, he was smiling in the interview when he got beat 4-1 by Watford. They don't give a shit about the results because they know it's all rigged. They don't give a shit about trophies because they mean nothing. They don't give a shit about the money element because they know money's a joke and they're going to have plenty, whatever happens to them. So if you see them lift these trophies and they're crying, it's all drama. It's all acting at the highest level. They don't give a shit. Again, England won the World Cup with Alf Ramsey, openly a Freemason. Openly. Research it. He won it because of his ties, because he was probably a high-ranked Mason. That's why England won the World Cup, not because they had the best team. Greece won the Euros back in the day, not because they had the best team, because they had the best riddle and the best ritual. Simple as that. Whereabouts in Mexico are you? I don't really like talking about it. I don't want those Jesuits coming after me, to be honest. But I live in a beautiful part of Mexico. So if United win this game, then they are winning the league. No, I didn't say that. They had a great riddle to win the league, did United? And you never know, but they are a lot of points off. It's going to take they'll have to win pretty much every game till the end of the season to win it. Do you see Harry Maguire got sent off after 69 minutes? And the Jesuit order equals 69, and that big Jesuit ritual, he got sent off. Harry Maguire, guys, can't play football. Yet he's captaining one of the most famous clubs in the world. He can't play football. He signed for, what, 80 million? He can't play football. Slabhead from Sheffield United, I think he started at. So ugly, that guy. Dog shit footballer. And Chelsea scored. Nice. I have Chelsea to win. My decode was Chelsea to win. See what happens. All right, here's Bayern won as well. Good, I had Bayern to win. I know Bayern winning is nothing to shout home about, but I had Bayern to win and Chelsea. Chalobah. Wow, he doesn't score often. I think one of his family members recently died. Probably explains why he scored a couple of goals recently. The illusion likes to help, but could not give track. Yeah, that's a funny comment. Poetry. I like writing poetry, guys. I'm not a rapper. I did a couple of videos. I don't know what made me do it with like a rap song in the background or a rap beat, but I felt it. The energy was there, so I did it. When it feels right, I do it. Even if I look like a dick, I'll do it if it feels right. Alf Ramsey was a racist. Indeed, he was. Let me tell you something now, right? If you bet on Chelsea to win this game, this is why I may be better than anybody at betting in play, which I've said for a long time. It's how I make most of my money. If you back Chelsea to win this game and they're 1-0 up, I don't know what the odds are now, but I'm guessing Chelsea are what, minus 350, minus 300 to win the game now. Put a little bit of money on Juventus double chance, where if the game ends in a draw, Juventus win, you're going to probably get plus money. That way, whatever happens, you're going to win a profit from that game. It might only be a $10 profit, but you're in a situation now where you're not losing if you bet smart. Or you can be stubborn and stick with the code, and then Chelsea draw the game or lose the game, and you've lost your money. I bet smart. Like, for example, if Chelsea are up 1-0 or 2-0, if Chelsea go up 2-0 and Juventus become plus 700 to win, I'll do $5 on them. That's plus 700. Or the double chance. It's what I do. Remember that I had England to win the Euros at the beginning? I had them or Belgium, and Italy won it, and we all know why. It was a Vatican coronavirus ritual. But when England went 1-0 up in the final, when Luke Shaw scored, I hammered Italy to lift the trophy, and I won a crazy amount of money because I was in a comfortable situation. So there's a little tip for you. That if your team's up, you can always cover yourself and still profit no matter what. Any books in the works? I have my book, which I should really get out to people for free. The Illusion. So that's where my story began, through that book. But I feel like the content that I put in that book is stuff that everybody in this chat room probably knows about now. I don't know how much you'd get out of it. Jeff Hurst scores a hat-trick in the CS, of course he does. And he wasn't even the first choice striker, was he? He was on the bench most of the time. Did he wear the number 10 shirt, Jeff Hurst? Like how England just won 10-0 to get to the World Cup? How they won the first game in the Euros 1-0 like 10? How the Champions League final between two English teams finished 1-0 like 10? Trevor Chalobah scores 20... Oh, my word. Wow, Joe. Chalobah scores 20 weeks and 1 day after his recent birthday, 201. Great find. And people say, well, why didn't you bet on him to score? It's because how many people in the world looked into the possibility of Trevor Chalobah scoring, let alone starting the game? So that's why you can decode after it is a lot easier, but it's still not easy to see that. Something made Joe check that out. Do you think every Premier League game is rigged? Yes. No, they're all rigged. Or I'll say that the outcomes are all predetermined. The word rigged is a word that puts people off. Rigged implies that all of them are in on it. I think all the outcomes are predetermined. I think who wins the titles and the Champions League and the World Cup's predetermined before the season, before the tournament. And I repeat myself here. Is it all the players now at the highest level? Probably not. Is it magic, black magic? Is it a simulation? Is it somebody controlling it? I don't know any of that. I just know that I've called too many games perfectly and I keep doing it. For it to not, it's not organic. It's not organic. Like, there's very few things in the world anymore that are organic. I'm one of the few things that are probably organic. And all you guys in the chat, we're organic, we're real. We're not really fake. We're not bullshitting our way through life. Comeback equals 26, EPL comeback 41. I can see Man United fighting for the treble. Wow. Again, mate, I don't think United win the treble. It's Bayern or PSG for the Champions League. I'm really confident. Hurst won number 10, of course he did. Just like Sterling. Where's number 10? He got the first goal for England in the Euros. In a 1-0 win like 10. Do you believe in Jesus? Tough question. I believe in a creator, in an architect. Jesus for me seems like a metaphor. It's like a metaphor for me, the story of Jesus. I believe in a creator. I believe in a higher power. I believe in multiple dimensions. I believe God or whatever it is within the human being, within human consciousness. But actual Jesus, do I believe in Jesus Christ dying at 33 on a cross? No, I think Jesus, the Son of God, is connected to the sun, which we see. We see the sun every single day. I know I do. Maybe not in England. But the actual story of Jesus, I think, is a big metaphor. But I think it's hard. I don't want to get into this is to religion. I hate religion, to be honest. But I believe in a higher power. I believe in a higher power. And I believe the Bible is full of wisdom. I'm not sure Jesus was a guy with like super good looking guy with long, luscious brown hair. I'm not sure about that. Don't judge me. I don't know. Yeah, if England win the World Cup the first time in 56 years, that's huge. Boris looks like he's being phased out. Who's going to replace him? A transgender to replace another transgender? Look at Boris Johnson's hips. Just look at his hips, man. Starmer is being watching him a mile off with that 56. Yeah, you can't ignore 56s. Frank Bruno was another fraud. Yeah, all boxers are frauds. At the lower level, they're not. These boxers are incredibly gifted and fit and athletic and strong and insane athletes. The training boxers go through, I've seen it myself, and actual fighters at a lower level, even the top ones that they'll go through it, they are incredible athletes. But boxing is one of the most big sports ever. How easy is it to say, all right, guys, you're going to get knocked out in the 6th round. All the money's coming in on you to win. You're getting knocked out in the 6th round. All right. For the first 5, just do this with each other. A few little punches to the ribs, a few little strokes on the cheek, whatever. But you're going down in the 6th, mate. Okay. Done. I think it's probably the easiest sport to rig, boxing. They do take punches to the face. They are animals. They're really tough. They can take punches. But they also know when they have to go down as well. I'm not saying these guys are not incredible athletes and incredibly strong people. Please explain the gematria in the Bible. I have done. I've done a post about it, and I think I did a video about the Holy Bible equals 201. Adam and Eve is 56. Jesus Christ is 74. Lucifer's 74. Jesus is 74. Parables is 74. I think Gospel's 74. Independence Day is on 7/4. Independence Day equals 74. The first president of the US, George Washington, his name's 74. It's like, why all these 74s? 7's the 4th prime number. So If you decode the Bible, the numbers, they all sync up with the Jesuit numbers. But maybe I call them the Jesuit numbers, but maybe they're not Jesuit numbers. Maybe they're the numbers of the universe, and they've infiltrated the numbers. So I'm saying 201 might not be a bad number. Somebody said here, this Chalaba scored 20 weeks in one day. That's good for him, isn't it? He had the 201 in his favor and he scored. Might not mean that he's a Jesuit. I don't know. I'll maybe do a full video, Fernando, on the Bible, but I don't want to upset people. But then again, I'm not upsetting people. I'll do a video, the numbers of the Bible. I'll do that. I'm not going to call out anybody's beliefs. I'll just say all these numbers. Do you think it's a coincidence or not? I'll do that for you. My PhD level friends saw the proof that high level education makes you smarter. Yeah, high level education doesn't make you smart. Were you scouted when you signed to Bradford? Yeah. I was scouted by Bradford, Barnsley, and Sheffield Wednesday. I chose Bradford because it was closest to my house. And the other two teams, I would have had to move house. I didn't want to do that. So I played for Bradford. It was about training. I think we trained 4 days a week, 20-minute drive. And one of my mates played as well, who lived reasonably close to me. So I could go because my parents couldn't take me. They were working and stuff. So I chose Bradford because it was convenient, even though Barnsley have one of the best youth academies in the world, or definitely in England. I should have gone to Barnsley, but I went to Bradford because it was easy. Didn't have to move or anything. 74 probably relates to God, I agree. Holidays, 74, yeah, like holy day. Holiday is a holy day. Everyone gets the day off. Man United for Champions League. I'll say it for the 50th time. I think it's PSG or Bayern Munich for the Champions League. Agree, they've taken everything good. Yeah, there's a lot of beauty in this world, guys, but it's being infiltrated. But it's on you to find the beauty in it. After this live stream, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go to the marina. I'm going to take in the views. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to order some nice food. And I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm not going to sit there thinking about how shit the world is. I'm going to just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moments, guys. Stop worrying about the future as well. There's not much you can do about it. You can prepare to an extent, but in general, there's not much you can do with the future. Live for now. Right now, you're in the moment. You're listening to my live stream. Enjoy it. Forget about everything else for this 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you want to stay in this live stream. The Bible is an ascension book. Yeah, I think the Bible can help you rise with the wisdom in it, but it can also keep you trapped and in the system if you follow it word for word. Because the Bible does restrict you if you follow it word for word. Just take the best out of everything, guys. Like my mate said, Jay Soul, there's good and bad in everything. Everything is good and bad, pretty much. It's how you use it. The internet is the best example. Wouldn't be surprised if Boris stays until 2029. Wow. He is the 55th Prime Minister. Wow, Satan's 55, becoming so when he was 55 years old. And for another 10, Justin, he resides at 10 Downing Street, 55, the 10th Fibonaccian triangular number. Yeah, I didn't know he was the 55th Prime Minister, mate. 10 Downing Street. Anyone who's been loyal to my channel, I've been talking about 55 and 10 for a crazy amount of time. Cheers, James. Yeah, I just like revealing deception. You don't have to agree with everything that I say, but I think I do present my work in a way it's like, you've got to at least consider what I'm saying. There's only ever been one video, the Tom McDonald video, where I got hammered in the comments as a fraud, that I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's because they'd only watched one of my videos. If they'd watched 10 of them, they won't be saying any of that because they know the work that I do and the things that I put together and the same things appear. Magic wands are made from Hollywood. Wow. Wow, yeah. Hollywood puts spells on people. That's why they have a cast. They get a cast because they cast spells on people for these movies. Should do a video on Roman Molina and thoughts on Wiley. Okay, I'll try. Just finding the time to do it. If Lewandowski wins Ballon d'Or, yeah, I said Lewandowski will probably win the Ballon d'Or and Bayern will probably win the Champions League. All connected to the Bavarian Illuminati. And I did a crazy decode on Patreon why Bayern are going to win it. If it's not Bayern, guys, if it's not Bayern, it's Paris. But I really think it's Bayern. Seems the world really is a stage. Reminds me of the Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Did you exchange your hero? Nice, yeah. The world is a stage at this point. I think we know that now. It wasn't just an expression by Shakespeare. It's legit. So do you want to write your own story on this? Or do you want to just recite the lines that are given to you? I'm going to go on that stage, guys. I'm going to do what the hell I want. And if you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Leave. If you enjoy the performance, stay. When you learn, guys, to not worry about what people think about you, it's one of the most liberating things in your whole life. So I was walking around the mall yesterday. Everybody had I don't even know if I can say the word, a covering over the face. Everyone. I didn't. And I was walking around and they were looking at me. I didn't give a shit. I'm not wearing one. And the majority of people are wearing them not because they're in fear. It's because they're scared of being judged. Not because they're scared of the you-know-what. They're in fear of being judged. Whereas with me, I was just cruising around, breathing in the air. I don't know if it's good air with all the chemtrails, but much better than wearing one of these bullshit things that does nothing. Blatantly now. Cheers, Sadie. I'm glad you found my channel. Sadie, how did you find my channel? I don't know how people find my channel. I don't promote it. Like, how are people from Barbados and Africa finding my channel? What are you typing in? I don't do hashtags like some people do. I don't know how you're finding my channel. So I'd love to know how. Life is a movie, yeah. Life is a movie. And there's a lot of amazing movies, a lot of shit movies in this world. I've watched many amazing ones. I've watched many shit ones. I'm going to make sure my movie is a good one. You're awesome for spreading the truth. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not much more I can say to that. That's how I enjoy even the darkest moments. Guys, when it gets dark, it just makes you appreciate light. When you're sick, you appreciate your health. Try and take the positive out of shit. Like I said, I can't fly to the US now because I don't have this. So I'm like, okay, I've got friends here still. Got a beautiful beach. Like, what more would I have done in Los Angeles? I'd have probably seen my friends who would have been working most of the time, probably grabbed dinner with them. Oh, I need to go now because I've got to go look after the kids. So am I really missing out on that much? Should I cry and sulk about it and bitch about it, which is what they want? No. I'll just think, okay, I was going to spend $1,000 going to LA. Then I'll spend that here. I'll save it. Well, I don't really care about saving money, but I'll go have a margarita tonight, even if I'm by myself. I'll get speaking to some random person, which I love. What kind of weed is everyone smoking? I don't smoke weed. Don't judge anybody who does it. I can see why people do it. I think smoking cigarettes you should give up. Do you remember back in the 60s or 70s when they did commercials telling you that smoking was good for you? They had doctors and the commercials say, smoke Camel. It's good for you. They told you that cigarettes were good for you. And people still want to believe the FDA, who approved cigarettes. Like, come on, guys, wake the heck up. Like, just because the FDA approves something, you know who the FDA are, that three-worded abbreviation, the same people who run the show. Adam, you can still fly. No, you can't. From November the 8th, it said you can't go to LA. You can't go to the US now as a non-US citizen if you haven't had this. Check it out. I looked into it today because I was about to book my flight. Thank God I read it. I haven't looked at the United goals. But again, what Ollie goes and they suddenly become an amazing team and they win 2-0 against a very good Villarreal team. Away. Explain this to me. How does a team get thumped 4-1 by Watford, a dog shit team? to then a few days later turn into world beaters and beat a very strong La Liga team? Because it's all ritual, maybe? Because it's all rigged, maybe? Do you think it's because Carrick came in and inspired them with a speech? Why they won? No, because it's rigged. It's all rigged. Do you think these celebrities are immortal? Some of them probably are. There's all sorts of stuff. There's people that say these celebrities are shapeshifters, that they can just shapeshift into another person. Maybe. We don't know that. I don't worry about it. If they are shapeshifters, I can have one of them if I saw one of them. If they are, screw them. If they're shapeshifters, if they're aliens, whatever they are, focus on yourself. I spread truth. I try to help people, but I focus on myself. If all this shit does go down or is going down, most of it you can't do anything about, guys. That's why people don't really like me sometimes. Well, you say all this, there's nothing we can do. A lot of it you can't. I can't change the rule where I can fly to LA. I can't do anything about that. There's nothing I can do about that. I can do all the videos bitching about it, but it won't change the rule. But I can make the most out of not going and maybe see it as a blessing. The FDA was run by the maker of Monsanto. Is that connected to Bill Gates, isn't it, as well? Monsanto. 8 to 10 mothers prefer Marlboro. Yeah, was that what it was? 8 to 10 mothers prefer Marlboro. That was a commercial for cigarettes. 8 to 10 mothers prefer Marlboro. Like 81, the ritual number. And when they say 8 out of 10, do they ask 10 people? Is it 81 out of 100? Like, is it 8,100 out of 10,000? They never give you like 100% say this. What? You asked one person, which was you. So that's 100%. They never tell you how many people are in the study. Oh, it's very rare. Pochettino going to United. Interesting. If he do, whoever goes to United, I will decode the hell out of it, and I'll tell you why they went to United on that date. I can't necessarily call who's going to go. I called Ronaldo going to United, the date he would play, that he would score weeks in advance. But with the coach, it's difficult. There's so many linked to it. I have one video, Sadie, at the beginning, which introduces you to gematria. Yeah, Harry Kane played for Watford Academy. So did Jadon Sancho. He played for Watford's Academy. And there's a couple of them that came through at Watford. And didn't Elton John own Watford? That transgender, Elton John, I think he owned Watford. I think there's a stadium named after him. Pretty sure Elton John's connected to Watford. But yeah, Sadie, sorry, I kind of cut off. There's the Gematrinator, Sadie. Type in Gematrinator, and that's where you can type in words and get the value. I'll maybe do another video because there's more people getting into gematria, more people looking into my work. Maybe I need to commit an hour of my day, not today though, to do another video, to tell you what gematria is, how it works. And there's a girl on my Patreon who wants me to do a video of me decoding. Like she said, can you decode a game like live? All right, guys, I'm going to look into this game. First of all, I'm going to check the coach's record. Now I'm going to check this. Maybe I'll do that to help people decode. I want to help you. It'd be so easy for me to just get rid of my Patreon and just win money. The Patreon's amazing because I've met so many amazing people on it, learned so much knowledge, but I could have kept my mouth shut, guys, and just kept my job in a school and coached and be so comfortable for money. But I want to help you do this. People say, Adam, why are you telling people all your secrets? Because then they're going to learn them. They're not going to need you anymore. That's what I want. I don't want people to need me. I want them to learn it, to get better at it. Just like when I was a teacher of English. I don't want to be like, oh, well, I want the kids to be shit at English, so they need private classes with me. No, I want them to get better through my knowledge. It's not easy doing what I do. Put it this way, I could teach you the A, B's, and C's of it. It's still freaking hard. It still hurts your head. You still have to be gifted at it. It's not something you learn in a week. It's not something you'll learn in a month. You have to give your life to it to get to the level where I'm at without sounding arrogant. You do. And I have basically given my life to it the last year. Take one of the underground tunnel. I'm not that actually. I wanted to go to the US to meet really a couple of friends I really wanted to see. Other than the US doesn't have anything that I need that I can't get here. But I really wanted to hang out with my friend Chris, who I really respect. I was going to stay at his house. He has a pool, jump in his pool, have margaritas with him, have barbecues, talk shit. He believes the stuff I believe in. Very few people in the world do. I only have about 3 close friends here because the rest of them, they can't stay on my frequency in conversation. So by myself a lot, which is amazing and also sucks at the same time. So that's why I go to the beach and stuff and I interact with people who don't know me because people can't handle what I talk about anymore. Harry Kane played for Arsenal. Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan. And then he married his sister. Check out the photo. He married his sister. There's a photo of Kane with red hair in an Arsenal shirt. Who else came through Watford's academy? There was 2 other big stars who came through Watford academy. Kane, Sancho. There's 2 more. I can't think of the top of my head. There's a lot of good Mexicans who are good at digging. They're always doing construction where I live. And unfortunately for these guys, they get paid peanuts. They're in the sun 8 hours a day digging to get like $10. And that is true. It really sucks. But there's times where I've walked past them and bought them like a bottle of water and things. Or they love Coke, even though it's so bad for you. The average Mexican loves Coke. Give them a bottle of Coke, they've got a grin like the Joker. They love Coke in Mexico. Super popular. What life path are you? Honestly, I don't know. But I know I've got the millionaire card. I've got the millionaire card. Like my thing says I could be a millionaire. Not that I'm bothered about that. It said with my knowledge and wisdom and my ability to, I can't remember what it was. Maybe I'll do a video about it, but I've got the millionaire card. I think I'm the, let me find it. Okay, I'm the 7 of diamonds. It says the 7 of diamonds is known as the millionaire's card. This card represents the union of spirit and matter, and the opportunity inherent in this birthday is to find a balance that brings those 2 together. Guys, that's me. My spirit's so strong. I have a nice balance in my life right now. It says you are highly creative, nurturing, and caring. And I am. I always have been caring and creative. That's why, again, I became a teacher and a coach. So I'm the 7 of diamonds. In regards to my life path, I'm not sure. I know I had my awakening at age 33, and I was born on 33 date numerology. I know I was born on my dad's birthday, which is magic. I know that I was born 31 years after my dad was born, and 31's the 11th prime, and my favorite number is 11. That's organic. It was my football jersey is 11. I'll show you, actually. Give me a second. It's so funny. They always spell my name wrong here. So, sorry about that. This is my team in Cabo. It's not a professional team or anything. It's just fun. Just a group of lads who are all pretty decent footballers. So look, my name's Adam, but in Spanish it's Adan. So every time I play, what's your name? Like when I score, what's your name? I'm like, Adam. I go, okay, gracias, Adan. I'm like, no, it's Adam, you prick. It's M, it's not N. So they've given me all these trophies for the goleador, the golden boot. Never once spelt my name correctly. So yeah, 11's my favorite number. I was born exactly 31 years after my dad was born, and 31's the 11th prime. Love that stuff. That's organic. I was born on my dad's birthday on 14/4, 144, 1,044 minutes in a day. Jesuit order 144. Beautifully organic. So yeah, I was my dad's birthday present. I'm sure he was pissed off on his birthday. It could have been like partying and he sat in the hospital, but I'm sure he was proud as well. Ashley Young, yeah, Young came through Watford. And I've told you about Ashley Young. He wasn't even the best player in his school in 12th grade, 11th grade. He wasn't even the best player. My friend went to school with him in London, Hertfordshire. Troy Deeney, I'll never forget his goal against Leicester. Okay, 33 life path. Yeah, I'm 33 life path. Again, that number's connected to masonry. It's connected to Jesus' death. 33 is a master number. So if I'm connected to 33, I'm happy with that. Doesn't make me a mason either, guys. Just because you have certain numbers. People need to understand that. And they need to understand all numbers have good and bad elements to them. They have to understand that. There's no such thing as an evil number. That's why the number 13 is lucky in some countries and it's unlucky in others. It's how you perceive the number. My dad is the 7th son of a 7th son. Wow. Are you from a Catholic family? Yeah, 7 of diamonds. No, let me look again. Yeah, I'm the 7 of diamonds. Spirit meets matter. I always talk about spirit. They can take everything from me, but they won't take my spirit. And I really mean that, hand on my heart. What are the Jesuits' obsession with Jesus? I don't know. But they hate Jesus. They mock Jesus. And they worship Lucifer. And maybe Lucifer's an energy. Maybe Jesus is an energy. And they worship satanic energy. Why do they always do this, the symbolism? I'm really waking people up with the symbolism now. Because it's undeniable. Summit to the symbolism that generates a certain negative frequency. Or it brings around the Lucifer energy. There's people who say Lucifer is the light, though. That Lucifer is the sun. That we are living in his realm. But remember that Lucifer was an angel. He's not all purely evil. He was an angel, Lucifer. An incredibly beautiful angel, talented. And then he came to earth and this is his realm. And he's probably pissed off that he got sent down from heaven, as we're told, with 33.3% of his angels, God's angels, to earth. It's probably bitter about that if he exists. Maybe it's all metaphor. I don't know. I don't know. Shit, I've nearly done 2 hours. All right, 20 minutes left. I was born on my mum's birthday and 2 other family members. That's amazing. That's amazing. Who decided that? Who knows? The universe? I don't know how that works. My daughter was conceived on her mother's birthday. It was a present I forgot to wrap. That's a great joke. That's a great play on words. Abraham Lincoln and Adolf Hitler died at 56. Yeah, Adolf Hitler, I don't think that's how you spell his name. But Adolf Hitler equals 56 in gematria, and he died at age 56. 7 is indivisible. 7 days in a week, guys. There's something to that number. Something to the number 7. I was born 2 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days after my mum's birthday. Wow. I've got 6 siblings, including myself. 2 black siblings, 2 white siblings. That's amazing. That's what you call diversity right there, Kyle. The 222 is interesting. Order out of chaos number, but again, 222 is not necessarily a bad number. Said 33, then showed black red on camera. Me? What black red did I show on camera? What was the black red? This? I didn't even know that I showed black and red. Somebody asked me about, well, I get asked that a lot. I like your video illusion, but why is your thumbnail that of an eye? A kid did it called Diego. I think I've said this multiple times now. He did it before my channel was anything. I had about 500 followers or something. It's like, you're going to need a thumbnail. You're getting popular now. I was like, I don't know how to do it. He said, I'll do it for you. And he sent me it like 2 days later, and then I used it. That's why I have the eye. And again, the eye, guys, the eye is so powerful. The all-seeing eye, it's not all negative. This third eye, being illuminated, taking control of your own life, it's not a negative thing. The all-seeing eye is not negative. If my thing was a photo of me doing this, guys, that was my thing, then yes, call me out. But because a student of mine put together, which I think is a pretty cool intro, it is a cool intro, he did that. That wasn't my work. I'm shit on a computer. I wouldn't have been able to do it. How's Mexico? I love it.
couldn't be anywhere better, to be honest. The people, the weather, the food, the tacos here, my word. I'll go for tacos probably later. Although sushi, I'm tempted for sushi. Where I live in Mexico is very diverse. Got people from all over the world living here now because they know how amazing this place is. So I love Mexico. I'm glad I left England. I'm glad I left the US when I did. Kobe died on 26-1. Yeah, he died on 126. My age, 55. Well, interesting, Mucker. My mum and dad's birthday is 187 days apart. Wow. Society of Jesus is 187. And about 158 days from dad's 29 days. Lots of Masonic numbers there, Chris. Masonic equals 29. Bro, I love you already and I only found you. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you. I'm all love. I'm all love. Love and respect to people in general, unless they're truly sick. My surname equals 36 and 36 is... Yes, no, 666 is the 36 try. It's not a prime. 36 is the 6th prime, I think. Oh, no, that's a square root. 6 times 6 is 36. The UK does suck at this point. Growing up in the UK, I had a wonderful life. The last time I visited, the energy just seemed on a low frequency in England. And I think it's connected to the weather. But people ask me, say, why don't you come move back to England? No, thank you. No. Maybe one day I'll visit if all these bullshit... I wanted to go to England, guys. It's going to cost me £2,245 just to isolate for 10 days in a hotel. It's called a COVID package. Plus the $2,000 for my flight. I'm not going to be paying $5,000 to go to England. However much I want to see my family. It's the only reason I want to go back. There's no other reason why I want to go back to England other than seeing my family. My grandmother is from San Luis Potosi. San Luis Potosi have a beautiful, beautiful place. Jesus Christ walked the earth. Even atheist historians will admit that. Maybe he did. If Jesus Christ is 100% legit, then he is a hero. He sacrificed himself. So, again, the story of it is an amazing story. I hope he did. I really hope, hand on my heart, that he did exist. What do you think about pornography? It's Jesuits behind it. Anything free, guys, that like porn is not free. Porn takes your life force. Like Facebook's free, but it takes your time. There's a lot of stuff that are free, but they're actually taking your energy, your time. Pornography, again, if you're not watching it every day, it's not bad. If it's something that you'll check out once in a while, it's fine. Maybe you watch it with your wife and it helps your relationship sexually. But if you become addicted by it, it's not good. They made porn free, guys. There's a reason why it's free. It's probably not particularly good for you. But it's not evil watching you. People might say, it's evil to watch pornography. It's not evil. It's not evil to watch it. If you're a porn star, you're not evil. You're making a living. Maybe they enjoy it. I'm friends with a couple of porn stars because I played football in Hollywood with two of the most famous porn stars in the world. Danny Mountain, you can Google him, played for Southampton, really good football. He was my strike partner. And Adam Dixer, who's like one of the top guys at Brazzers. I played with two porn stars, great guys. I don't judge them because they're in the porn industry. But yeah, they made porn legal and they make it free. So it's probably not good for a person. Yeah, Travis Scott Ritual's the biggest one of the year. Well, it was so obvious. Sorry you missed the start, Chell Owens. I'm not very good at announcing when I'm going live. I was about to leave to the beach. I said, no, I need to go live here. I need to go live. And that's why I'm here. Everyone at my university is proud of being a degenerate. It's pretty sad. Yeah, people are proud of watching porn, proud of taking drugs, proud of being alcoholics. Oh, I got smashed out in my face last night. Like, why are you proud of it? It's not something to be proud of. Maybe you had a great night. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, people are proud of like taking part in these rituals, things that are not good for them. XXX is 666. Yep. Good Shaz. You don't have to isolate. I don't know. They get you from the plane and take you there if you don't have your vaccine card. It's at this point, guys, it's absolutely beyond a joke that this is still being played out right now. I'm not going to get into it because I can't. But I said from day one, all of this, from day one, and we're about a year and a half into it now. And there's no sign of it getting any better unless more people just refuse to play along. Wow, there's a guy from Bermuda. England is an amazing country, Adi. It's an incredible country. But I wouldn't go back there now. No way. All right. So Kyle's from Bermuda. And I'm looking at well over 2.5K. Yeah. So maybe he's living there. Kyle Thompson is probably not born from Bermuda. He's from England. It's going to cost him $2,500 just to get to England and then isolate. The average guy doesn't have that money, guys. And they know that. They know that. The average guy can't pay $2,500 to stay in a shitty hotel to isolate. And even when you've got the you know what, you still have to get tested. What does that say, guys? Sancho's 42 shaming ritual scored his first goal for United. Wow. Sancho, 4 months and 2 days before his birthday, gets his first goal for United. The black shaming number. So that's him done now. Sancho's going to go on a run. Sancho's going to turn into the world beater he was at Dortmund now. Watch it happen. Lakers, I have an amazing decode for the Lakers, but it involved AD playing. Because it's 257 days after his birthday. And Los Angeles Lakers, 257, 55th prime. The Knicks can stay on 505 wins in November. And it's 5 months and 5 days, I think, before the Knicks coach's birthday. But the Knicks can go 5-5 at home. Lakers have an amazing code, but they don't have AD or LeBron. But it's all rigged. Again, when you realize it's all rigged, maybe it doesn't matter. But because AD was a big part of my code, I don't think I can bet on it. Clippers is my bet. Clippers will win me money today. Would you agree, though? Wait, would you agree thoughts and actions act like a boomerang? Yes. Yes, Shaz, I agree with that. So Kyle was born in Bermuda but lives in Scotland. But you've got a really interesting story. I'm the English guy who moved to LA who lives in Mexico. Sancho, yeah, Sancho's going to fly. I've said get him in your fantasy team now before his price goes up. I don't play that anymore. I used to love playing it. Really don't give a shit now. What's a shaming ritual? Basically, Sancho, he wasn't starting for United. When he was playing, he was having mediocre games. He didn't score. And he went to United for a big price. So he got shamed, which a lot of them do. They start off really shit and then they go really good. But they go through the shaming ritual at the beginning. I've said, Anthony, if Davis plays, I'm betting on the Lakers. If he doesn't, I'm not betting. I know right before the game they can say Davis is playing. If he's playing, I'm betting on the Lakers. If he's out, I'm not touching the game at plus 200. That's what my gut says. And if he plays, it doesn't necessarily mean Lakers definitely win. There's no such thing as like a definite code hitting unless it's my World Cup decode. Yeah, Man United 38 days left in the year. Will Fury be shamed and name change? Probably. Summit's going to go down with Fury, but Fury is playing the role of that is this weak mental health guy. His role is that he suffered from depression, mental health issues, this big 6'10" guy. That's his role he's playing. That's how he got embarrassed. He's probably not depressed, but he's playing that role. And it helps him get a nice book deal and things like that. Even his ugly wife has a book deal. Who gives a shit about her? One of my friends, who's kind of my friend, actually, went to the book signing of Tyson Fury's wife's book. Who gives a shit about her life? In all seriousness. 74 days before Ronaldo's birthday? Wow. Do you recommend college? Okay, great question. I would recommend college for the social element of it. Depending on what goes on with this bullshit thing, you know what? College was amazing for me. Met loads of new people from all over the country. Partied, played on the football team, learned quite a bit, but the quality of education was shit. They basically give you a PowerPoint, and then you get a guy at the front, a lecturer, speak for 15 minutes, reading from the PowerPoint. The degree will help you, I guess, in essence. It does help to an extent. It's not a detriment having one, but it doesn't guarantee your job. But I wouldn't put your heart and soul into college. I would go for the experience, because it is a great experience. That's what I'd say about college. And school in general, you can have an amazing time at school, but just realize you're being indoctrinated most of the time with the information. Shaming ritual equals publicly embarrassing yourself for future success. Perfect description. I'm living in Edinburgh, went to town earlier and noticed there's Freemasonic buildings everywhere, mate. And when you type in Freemason into the Gematrinator, it gives you 96. That's why it's 96 George Street. Lakers winning the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals. It's the best riddle. It makes the most sense. But I would also put a bet on Golden State at plus 700. Like when everybody's on one team, it scares me. Even daily picks. If everybody says this team's winning, I would probably say 80% of the time it doesn't hit. I will go against it. I don't like when everybody's on the set. Everybody was on the Lakers last year. Look what happened. Everybody was on them. Teaching's not for everyone, no. Some people don't have the patience. Patience is the biggest skill of being a teacher. Patience. It's not knowledge. It's patience. Cheers, Daniel. I appreciate it. Adam, look into the crypto name change. Yeah, I've looked into the stadium already. They're changing the name from the Staples Center to crypto. Just telling you where the world's going. The world is going to crypto. What I do want to know is, if suddenly overnight they say everything's crypto now, what happens to your physical money? Is there going to be people in the world with 100 grand in the bank and they say, sorry, this is worthless now, this is monopoly money? That's why I don't recommend saving money. Because I think at some point they're just going to say your money's worthless. That's why I enjoy my money while I can. All right, my throat's hurting again. Reece the Mason. Wait, are Chelsea winning 2-0? I had Chelsea to win it. A great decode. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll be honest with you. This is a bit annoying. This is where it pisses me off. And it still might not happen. I did a great decode on Chelsea to win this game. They might not win it yet. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I didn't bet. I didn't bet because, no offense to people in my Patreon, because they're legends, loads of them said Juventus win the game. And because I respect these people, I've not bet on Chelsea. And it looks like they're going to win. But I'm not angry. I'm not pissed off. I decided, is it their fault that I didn't bet on Chelsea? No, it's mine. I didn't go with it. That's my problem. But if the code hits, that's another one that I got right. And it's a really good code for Chelsea to win. The 87s that I found. Maybe it was a coincidence that Tuchel's birthday was 87 days ago and he can stay on 8 draws and 7 losses with Chelsea and 87 career draws. Maybe that's a coincidence. And number of the beast is 87. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. We'll see. I'll look like a dick if they don't win the game now. But again, I don't mind looking like a dick. 3-0. Okay, it's done. Is it 3-0? Yeah? Well, that's my Chelsea decode in. I hope people on my Patreon took it. Did you see? Okay, I'll tell you another reason why I went Chelsea. If you've got the table in front of you now, the Champions League table for Chelsea and Juventus, do you see both teams are going to have a record of 4-0-1 if Chelsea win? 4-0-1, the 79th prime. Also, 4-0-1 is like 41. Just did a whole video about 41. Both teams are going to have 4 wins and 1 loss, like 41. This is what I do, guys. Not always right, but I'm right way more than I'm not. This month, I've killed it. You asked anyone, I've killed it. But I'm not going to get too arrogant because I know I can have a week where it can all go to shit. And I'll tell you one thing that pisses me off. Yeah, both are going to be on 12 points. 12 times 12 is 144, like Jesuit order. 12 is a big number. There's a reason why Tom Brady wears number 12, guys. It's a huge number. I think I did a video about the number 12 as well. But yeah, I should have bet on Chelsea. My code was fantastic, but people talked me out of it. But that's my fault. I allowed them to talk me out of it. I'll take the responsibility. I'm just fingers crossed. This is fingers crossed, guys. I didn't do the Baphomet. Fingers crossed, somebody in my community bet on Chelsea and won some money. Why didn't they make Dybala amazing? Dude looked like a star. I don't know. I've said if they wanted to make Dybala Messi, they could have done. No, I don't think amateur sport's rigged. Unless it's just the universe controlling the outcomes, it's not rigged. When there's big money on it, it's rigged. Yeah, Lady Hawk, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but I have the most insane code on my Patreon. I'm not trying to sell my Patreon, but you need to read it. I've done 2 or 3 recently. You have to read it for $5, whatever it is, $10, because they're winning the World Cup who I've picked. I can say that so confidently. And I've been working on it for about a year now, on who's going to win the World Cup. I think I'm pretty sure I've got it. Yeah, Greg Dyke. It's called Greg Dyke. He said that he went through England's 10-year plan. Did a video on that as well. He had a 10-year plan for England. All right. I think we're good there. Unless there's any more questions. Today's date has 55 and 10 dating emoji. Callum Hudson-Odoi scored 2 weeks. Wow. And that's the 22, mate. So, Joe, both teams are going to be 4-0-1 in the Champions League. 4-0-1's the 79th prime. 79's the 22nd prime. And you've just said Hudson-Odoi scored 2 weeks and 2 days after his birthday for 22. That's why Hudson-Odoi scored today. Why did I not bet on this game, man? What a... Yeah, I'm not going to regret it. The Clippers are going to win anyway. Chelsea won't win the treble, mate. But you can put a bet. If you think they'll win the treble, you'll win a crazy amount of money. I think they'll win the league, though. I think Chelsea win the league. I said United at the beginning, but a few weeks in, I was all over Chelsea. I'm sticking with that. Juventus beat Chelsea 3-0 in 2013. Wow. And now Chelsea are winning 3-0. 2013 is when Pope Francis became the Pope. It's also the same year Sir Alex Ferguson retired. It's not a coincidence Fergie retired the year the Pope became... Well, Francis became the Pope, guys. Shirt number's 20. Joke. Yeah, Sadie, I'll look into doing a video for beginners. Yeah, I'll look into doing that for you. Chelsea odds, they weren't terrible. They were minus 140. That's not terrible at all. It depends on how much you stake. Usually for me on the code I did for Chelsea, I put $300. That would have won me about almost $200. I'd be done. So if you're betting $5 on Chelsea, yeah, it's not worth it at that price. But I don't bet $5 for me. Should I put money on the Lakers to win it all? Yeah. Do it now. You're never going to get a better price because they're going to probably start winning games. LeBron got ejected. He's out 1 game. Russell Westbrook, guys, today, look out for him. I think he's going to have a monster game, Russell Westbrook. He could get a triple-double. Look out for Russell Westbrook today if you like player perks. Because if AD's out and LeBron, he's going to he's going to take over. If the Lakers win, he's going to have an insane game. So, little observation for you there. I'll send you the link. Somebody wants a link to my Patreon. I'll send it, guys. I post so much. It's not just sports. It's not just sports is a big part of it because most of us love sports and we can all connect through sports because we've grown up believing it all. And we all like to win money as well. Just don't become obsessed with winning money, please. It'll crush you. You'll always end the month with a profit with me if you take my picks. Always. I've always been a profit. Always. But if you're going to be... I've had multiple people, guys, sign up to my Patreon for 2 days, lose one pick, and then leave my Patreon. Then the day after, I'll get 3 out of 3. It's like, unlucky. You're going to just support me for 1 day or 2 days. The people who've stayed with me for months, there's a lot of people who've been with me like 5 months now. They know how it works. They stick with me, they're going to end with a profit. And they're going to learn a shitload of information, which is more important than the money. In my opinion, but the money's important as well. All right, see you later to the people who are leaving. Have a wonderful day. That LeBron elbow was hilarious. Did you see that opponent? Yeah, I watched the game live, bro. It's the only spot I watched the NBA. He went ballistic. He was running around the stadium. He had blood all over his face. He was throwing people to the floor. And he's only been given a 2-game ban. He should have been banned for life, what he did. LeBron got a 1-match ban for doing this and destroying a guy's face. He got taken out for 1 game. It was all ritual, guys, with the 66, I told you. Number 6, when the Lakers won 66 points, 666 days after Kobe died. That's what the whole thing was. Did that player know he was going to get elbowed? Yeah, I think he did. Did he get told that you got to run around and go crazy, make a big scene? Yeah, I think he got told that. Do I know that? No. I don't know that. I think that. Anthony, you're going to be incredible at this. When you are old enough to bet, you're going to do great. And you should also set up a channel. I'll try help people like you as much as I can. Because people like you are going to really help other people. Thank you, Chef. Is it Chef or Shell? Shell, Chef. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Shell. Yeah, there's no rush, guys. You don't have to sign up my Patreon if you support my work. I appreciate it. I know a lot of people put up links to their PayPal. I won't do that. One of my best friends growing up signed on to my Patreon 2 days ago called Graham. I used to go on holiday with him, went to school with him, just one of the nicest guys ever. He signed up to my page. He said, Adam, I can support you £4 a month because I love what you're doing. And I'm like, thank you. People spending £7 on a Big Mac meal. What are they gaining from that other than heart disease? Barca still drawing. That was a dangerous game. With the odds, I said that. Barcelona, you've got to look into the odds, guys. My gut usually tells me. Barcelona had pretty good odds at home. I didn't like that game. Westbrook, I think has a big game. Westbrook has a big game, I think. And he is a guy who can have a monster game. He's due. Like with the Wizards yesterday, he was not yesterday. With the Wizards last season, he was getting a triple-double every other game. He's not really doing that at the Lakers. He's due a massive game. Once he starts coming good, that's when the Lakers' odds will drop. It's going to happen. Westbrook will get his NBA ring. He's never had one, has he? He's always been the nearly guy. Like OKC when he had Kevin Durant and James Harden, they never won anything. He's always been the nearly guy. And guys, it's not a coincidence that AD wears 3, Westbrook 0, and LeBron 6, like 36. 666 to 36 try. Pope Francis born in 36. LeBron's currently 36 years old. These numbers means things. They mean why did LeBron change from 23 to 6? Why change your number? What difference does it make? Why did he change? They wanted that 6-6 ritual, guys, in that Detroit game. Doesn't work if it's 23. I'm glad that you find my channel fascinating. Guys, you don't have to love my work or think I'm a genius or an expert or a god. No, just find it fascinating. Take something from it. There must be one video you're going to watch where you're like, fuck, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. But don't believe everything I say, because sometimes I say things just from my heart. I don't really have much backing up what I'm saying. It's just from my heart. I'm glad that you're learning. £2 for your Patreon it's less than a cup of coffee. I don't want to plug my Patreon, but guys, it's so weird though. I don't know if it's psychological. People won't pay $5 for somebody's Patreon that can basically win them hundreds of dollars and you can learn a shitload of knowledge. But they'll easily spend $5 on a pint. When I last went to London, I bought a beer. It was £6 for a beer. And it was a bottle, which is literally half a beer. £6. I drank it in about 30 seconds. And people are like, I can't really pay $5 for your Patreon. It's like, well, you could probably order one less beer when you go out and order 12 beers every Friday night. You probably could afford it. You just don't want to. Be honest. No worries. People don't want to support it. It's fine. No issues with it at all. Fabrizio Romano. I don't know much about Fabrizio Romano. Is LeBron Davis Russell real school players? Yes. LeBron's insanely overrated, though. And if you look at some of the errors Westbrook makes, the guy's so erratic. But the dunks and stuff they do, you can't teach that. But you've got to remember that these the rims all have magnets. So if they just have to throw it in that direction, if it's going to go down, it goes down. It's not on them. So they're all incredibly athletic. LeBron, AD. AD's middle name's Martian, guys. Martian, like an alien. Is AD real? Probably not, to be honest. 11 months and 11 days from his birthday. Wow. Yeah, I have Clippers tonight in a really, really good code. I've hit back the past 7 days. I think I've hit practically every NBA game apart from one that I've posted. Could be wrong, but I've been nailing them. Been really nailing them. You've got to enjoy these runs because you do have bad runs as well. But if you keep your faith, you'll win. You'll win more than you lose. And that's is that not the goal of gambling, to win a profit, to win more than you lose? It was so funny yesterday. This was my friend. I'm not going to say the name. So weird how gambling can be. He didn't take my picks. These were completely his own picks. He got 1 out of 4 correct. And he won a profit. Because the one he got correct, he hammered. He hammered them. And the other 3 lost, but he still won a profit, even though he was 25% for the day. So weird gambling. That's why when I post codes, I can have people say, Adam, I won thousands of dollars off your pick. And other people will say they won $5 or they even lost dollars from the pick. It's weird how it works. People will thank me for one game and the same person will berate me. It's like, you bet it, mate. Someone will message me and say, Adam, I put $500 on the Lakers when they were plus 400, down by 12. Good for you, mate. Brilliant. Because they trusted my code and they saw the numbers. That's on them. Respect. When anyone wins, I get goosebumps. I don't think, hey, that makes me look good. I'm like, good for them, man. Get money. Guy I speak to all the time is like, I just want to make money. I want to support my family. I want to be able. So when they win and they send me a message saying, you've changed my life today with your codes, I'm like, wow. Now go change your life, your family's life. Go take them out for dinner with that money. Go buy them a present that they don't expect. Enjoy that money. Don't just win it and then blow it on the next game like a lot of people do. When I win my money, guys, I make sure I enjoy it the day after. And I always withdraw it. When I win, I withdraw it. I don't keep it in my account. I withdraw it and then I'll see what feels right the day after. I don't plan. I don't have a budget. Okay, today's Tuesday, I'm going to bet $60. No. If there's a phenomenal code, I'll hammer it. If there's no code I love, I don't bet. If there's an iffy code, I might do a small bet if I think it's decent. I don't have a system of how much I bet. International basketball. Yeah, I decoded international basketball in the Olympics. It's just as rigged as the NBA. Best players of basketball are the ones that, yeah. Somebody said that. The best basketball players you've never heard of. The fastest people in the world you probably never heard of. The most talented mathematician, you probably never heard of him or her. Maybe even musician. Because we know the music entertainment is run by the Masons. It's not about talent. Well, it is, but it's mainly about if you're going to play along with the satanic rituals. Yes, put Sancho in your FPL team, yes. Before everybody does it and his price goes up. Are you positive? Way positive in the NBA. Yesterday, I won $350 in an hour and a half from my code when I had the Pacers to beat Chicago. I won $350. I then liked the Kings to win, but I didn't bet because I didn't want to give them any more of my energy. I'm smart with it. I don't need to bet every game. Like today, if I bet on Chelsea, which I should have, I would have won $200. I may have not even bet on the Clippers, even though I think they're going to win. I'll be like, okay, that's $550 in 2 days. Most people don't make that in 2 weeks. That's my mindset. People always say, Adam, you could be winning thousands from this. I don't care about thousands. I want to be able to do whatever I want through the day and not really worry about it. And if I win $300 a day, I'm laughing. But I'll have days where I lose 300 in a day, but I don't get too upset anymore because I always end the week up, always. What happened when you played against James Milner? We got beat every time. He played for Leeds. There were one game that was close. The other ones, he blew us out. One game, he scored 4 against us. He played as a striker. And I said in another live, James Milner was phenomenal at a young age. So, and then he played for Leeds. I think he was the youngest scorer in the Premier League at one point. He scored at 16 against Sunderland for Leeds. An amazing talent. Supposedly he's incredible at golf as well. He's like one of those guys who's good at, like, phenomenal at every sport he does, James Milner. Doesn't mean he's not a Mason. The betting app's called Caliente because I'm in Mexico. It's really shit, to be honest. It limits what I can bet on. The best betting app is Bet365 probably. If you're in England, Sky Bet's pretty good, I think. What other ones do they have in England? Paddy Power. It's pretty shit. Betfred. I don't know. I think Bet365 is your best one. What games did you do on your Patreon today? I had Chelsea to beat Juventus. I posted a code. I've got the Clippers to beat Dallas. And I had the Lakers to beat the Knicks, but now there's no Anthony Davis. I'm not sure if I'm going to bet on it. So if Chelsea win, that's 1 out of 1. The Clippers, I'm really confident in. The Lakers one's a bit iffy now, but the Lakers can become 10-9 for the season, like 109, and Los Angeles is 109, a huge number with Los Angeles 109, which is the 29th prime, like Masonics 29. Then 29 is the 10th prime. They can get the 10th win of the season. If AD plays, if suddenly he recovers from his flu-like symptoms, which he didn't have last night or the night before, but he has them now, if he recovers from them, Lakers should win, and they're a really good price. But that's the type of game I won't bet big. Yesterday, the Indiana Pacers, I loved them. So I will do $300. If Lakers have AD, I might just put 50 to win like 85. I'm not going to sweat over that game, to be honest. Situation in Mexico right now is still a bit dumb wearing the face covering, but most people just do whatever they want right now. If you go to Walmart or Home Depot, you have to wear it. But when I enter, I don't go to Walmart anymore. I won't shop there. I rarely have to go to Home Depot. I walk in with the mask and I take it off. And 5 or 6, 7, 8 times they'll tell me in there, can you put your mask back on? I go, yeah, sure. And then I walk and then I put it down again. I just play a game with them. What's amazing, I met a guy the other day in Walmart when I was shopping there. A few weeks ago, I won't go there anymore. He was the only guy I've seen in the store not wearing a mask other than myself, who's been thrown out multiple times from Walmart. And I went over and spoke to him. I got his phone number. And he might be moving where I move. He's from Canada. And I still message him now because I had to go up to him. I said, hey, much respect, much love for not wearing this. You're the only one I've seen. And we had like the same outlook on life. I was like, was that destiny that I met him that day at that time and spoke to him? probably. And then as I was leaving the store to pay, he was in front of me in the queue or the line, wherever you're from. All right, Davis isn't. I know. I said if Davis plays, I bet on the Lakers. If he doesn't, I'm not. But if he's got flu-like symptoms, how can he play? COVID is flu-like symptoms, isn't it? It's the same thing. So yeah, because he doesn't have them, it's to screw with people like me who've done like outrageous decode for the Lakers. Now I'm second guessing myself, and they'll probably still win. Might even win without him, because it's what they do. They fake injuries with these players. I don't think anybody bet on the Lakers in play when they were down 12 and LeBron got kicked out. I did, because I knew what was happening. I saw the numbers at play. But I'm 1 in a billion for seeing these numbers, and that's legit. Probably I'm 1 in a billion for in play, the numbers that I see. If you're an average bettor and a team's down 12 in the third and their best player gets ejected, you're not going to bet on them in play. You just won't. But they won because it's rigged. Best American betting app. I think everyone uses that FanDuel. I think FanDuel. I know a lot of states in the US. Guys, there's 41 people in my stream and I have 41 likes. Are you kidding me? When I've done about 3 posts recently, about 41. Somebody made me put the hand sanitizer on to get in the mall. And I said, no, I told them I'm allergic. And they said, no, you're not. I said, what do you mean? No, I'm not. How do you know? They said, no, you're not. This little rat woman taking her life too seriously. She said, I said, who made up these rules? She said, it's the government. And she pointed to, look, the government. I was like, no, I'm not wearing it. I'm allergic. And I'm allergic. I smiled in her face. And she said, sir, I went, I'm not. I'm allergic. I didn't push her, but I put my arm in front of her face and I just walked in. She wasn't going to run after me. I walked in without a mask and I didn't put hand sanitizer on. And she's probably bitching about me now to her family. Oh, there was this abusive, aggressive guy who refused to put hand sanitizer on. It's like, you know what, darling? I'm allergic. Yeah, government means mind control in Latin. She couldn't do anything about it. Because these things, like, they're not laws. She couldn't do anything. I don't give a shit about your little poster in the background. I'm walking in there. And you're going to have to force me out. I don't care how big you are. Well, in this case, it was a small woman. If that guy would have been a 6'10", 500-pound security guy, I'd have said, I'm allergic, sir. And I would have walked in. And if he would have come after me, he'd have had to have thrown me out. But he wouldn't. He'd probably have a heart attack from running. Fat twat. Yeah, definitely calling me a gringo. Again, I don't get all emoted when people call me gringo. When I play football, they call me gringo. Oh my God, they're so racist, these people calling me gringo. How can they call me that? It's like, who gives a shit if they call you a gringo? Just give me the ball. Shut your mouth. Today is my 14th day of my age. Wow, Pi Day. Yeah. Have a great day, Chris. Should be a magical day for you. Pi's an infinite number, a magical number. I'm allergic to bullshit as well. But you just got to laugh at these people. Instead of getting angry about it, I could have got angry at her, but I laughed in her face. She knew that I wasn't allergic. I was doing all of this in Spanish as well. She couldn't, obviously, if she spoke English, she wouldn't be working, sat in front of a mall, telling people to put hand sanitizer on if she could speak English. So I had to speak Spanish to her, and she was raging and I was laughing in her face. She deserves it for being so brainwashed, to be honest. I don't feel sympathy. I used to feel sympathy for people driving around in the cars with a mask on by themselves. I felt sympathy. I felt sorry for them in a way. Now I laugh at them. I'll point at them. I'll go, I know it's not nice. It's not a nice thing to do, and it's spreading negative energy, but I'm finding it funny. So there's definitely some positive vibrations, baby, in the air when I do that. Barca scored. Offside. Okay. Screwing with the bettors. Think how excited people got who bet on Barcelona, and now they've just disallowed it. Probably going to draw the game, destroy people's accumulators. It's always that game that destroys accumulators in the Champions League. Probably that one. It's probably going to be that game with Barcelona. I bet almost everybody bet on Barcelona. Got to be smart, guys. You've got to be smart with stuff like that. If it looks too obvious or the odds are suspicious, either stay away or go for the other team. All right, are we good? What time have I got here? It's 2:45. 2:45. I'll probably go out, go for a walk, grab some food. Zenit losing to Malmo. Wow. Isn't that where Ibrahimovic started his career? That big-nosed Jesuit who then went to Ajax, another Jesuit club. Didn't Ibrahimovic play for both Milan teams as well, Inter and AC, and he played for Barca, and he played for Man United? That guy, Zlatan, the Jesuit. Are Australians or are Asian sports rigged? Yes, it's global. I decoded the AFL final perfectly. I don't know anything about the AFL. It's all it is. Rigged. Today is both Fibonacci and Pi Day. 1123 is Fibonacci and the 23rd Gregorian is on the 10th Julian. Oh my word, mate. What, look at that. Fired out some insane knowledge there. And today's date is the 188th prime. You put the numbers together. Yeah, Zlatan is definitely a member of Kabbalah. Same with Madonna. Madonna was the one who really promoted it. Kabbalah, Madonna. There's an amazing decode connecting Madonna with Maradona as well, which is insane. Do you remember she had the song, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina"? And Maradona's from Argentina. That song was connected to Diego, but people don't know it. It's crazy. It's weird, man. I think it's televised, it's controlled. Yeah. If it's televised, it's controlled. And if it's a lot of money on it, it's controlled. If it's like taking place in a major stadium, it's controlled. Guys, just see it as WWE. They go to these big stadiums, they sell out these stadiums, but the outcomes are predetermined, but you don't always know who's going to win the match. It's the best way of seeing it. That's how I see it now. Just because I know WWE's rigged, it doesn't mean I'm going to tell you who's going to win every match on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. I can't tell you. You can take a good guess. But you still get upsets in these wrestling matches. The officials can play a big role, just like in all the other rigged sports. Both Chelsea and Juventus are both on 9. Wow. Both on 9 goals each. The Lakers are currently 9-9 in the NBA. 99, I just know it's an enormous number this year. Prince Philip died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. The NFL season began on 9/9, the 9th of September, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. I know how big 99 is. So if I see 99s, that's why I knew the Lakers were going 9-9. And California's birthday is 9/9. You learn this knowledge, and you learn it through my Patreon, you learn it through my videos, you learn it by creating a network of people who are like-minded and get the phone number. Or you'll just continue to ignore this information and continue to get screwed and belittled and mocked. Australian sports are rigged, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 99 and 66 is the same thing. It holds the same power. It's just flipped. It's funny, you know, when you English and you're quoting something, it has the 66 and the 99, the 66 to open it, the 99 to close it. Like when you're quoting something, the apostrophes. 66 and 99, same thing. 166 opens the sentence, the 99 closes it. 2022, global crash, stricter restrictions, more surveillance, more AI taking over. More people realizing we're living in a simulation, more people realizing sports are rigged, more unity if you've got a pure soul, more people realizing they don't need a lot in life to be happy. I think there'll be a massive split in 2022. We already started it with this. There was a split in the world with this. There'll be more virtual reality. The meta universe will really kick off next year. The Queen's going to die next year. The Queen will be gone. A lot of shit's going to go down. But I'm going to make sure that I stay fit, stay healthy, put out content for as long as I can, do the things that make me happy. And if it really goes to shit and there are FEMA camps and all this stuff happens, there's not much you do about it. Just fight to the death if it gets really sick and crazy. School is massing programming, no reason to. School's not all bad. The education system is indoctrination. It is. But attending school is not all bad. You're around your friends, your teachers that you like. They do give you an element of physical activity every now and again. You're around different views. Like, school's not bad. The education system's bad. Learn the difference. School's not bad. School gives you discipline. You have to wake up in the morning. You have to go to school. Like, you're around different people. You do learn, although most of it's bullshit. There's still stuff that you learn that is valuable. We can't all say school's all bullshit, because it's not. The education system is bullshit. Lewis Hamilton being set up, yeah, he's going to be involved in a crash soon. Guns in Mexico, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's not like the US where you can just walk in a store and buy a gun. Learn about wild edibles in your area. Each edible plant has poisonous lookalike. Thank you. Interesting. If you fail, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's not. Anytime honestly, if you fail at school, it might be a good thing, because you're not playing along with the bullshit. So yeah, failing school is not all bad. But again, it does help having a degree in this scripted matrix that we live in. That's why they always ask you on the, what's it called, application form, do you have a degree? It's like the first question. Sometimes they'll put that question before what is your name. They'll ask you if you have a degree. And if you put no straight away, they'll look at your application and throw it to the side. Even though you could be the best applicant for the job with the most skill, you just didn't get a degree. You didn't believe in the system. I'm going to go, guys. This is what I always do. I say I'm going to go, and then I speak for 5 hours. I'm 2 hours and 40 minutes in now. The live's been another good one. I hope I've helped you in some way, some capacity. Thanks for supporting my work. I'll do these lives once, twice a week. I can do this now because I'm not teaching. My schedule is very open. If you have questions for me, ask me them. If you want to join my Patreon to really get to know me, do it. If you don't want to, just leave comments on YouTube. I always respond to your comments. I'm one of the few people in this, what do you call it, industry or whatever, who actually responds to every comment. Even if I don't agree with it, I'll respond. So take care. Much respect, much love for you all. See the positive in life, guys. Don't get consumed by negativity and how shit the world's going and all the bad things that may happen. Enjoy it. Make sure you do one thing every day that you love and enjoy. And look after the people you care about. The people you don't give a shit about, ignore them. Don't give them your energy, all right? All right, much love. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll speak to you whenever I speak to you next, maybe next week. Cheers, guys.